In 46 years at Penn State, Joe Paterno says he's never seen anything like it. 19 inches of early snow fell on Happy Valley last Wednesday. The crews hustled out, and it's a miracle that they were able to clear the field and the stands so that we could have a football game. And for Lloyd Carr, it provides a backdrop of a very early Merry Christmas. He no longer is the interim head coach. ABC Sports welcomes you to college football. It's a CFA Big Ten matchup. Penn State hosting the University of Michigan with a lot at stake for these two teams. And we'll continue as 90,000 get ready for Penn State and Michigan. Beaver Stadium is the scene for Penn State and Michigan. 19 inches of snow cleared off the field. And Michigan coach Lloyd Carr, after serving a 15-year apprenticeship, is now the permanent head coach of the Wolverines. Well, good afternoon. Welcome, everybody, with Dick Vermeil and Jack Arute. I'm Brent Musburger. Nice to have you along with us. Throw another log on the fire and get cozy. We've got a good game coming your way. But you know, Jack, it is really a minor miracle that we're able to play it all here at Happy Valley.
An awful lot of people thought on Wednesday when the snow started that this game might get transferred to Ann Arbor. It is indeed a miracle.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Before the snow even stopped falling, the call went out for volunteers. They were going to pay them $5 an hour to try and shovel off the 93,000 seats. Some people turned out, but they needed more help as well. They went to the local penal institutions, got some of the prisoners to come out and shovel 24 hours a day. Then folks that drove in from Ann Arbor, Michigan fans, they said, give us the shovels, we'll help as well. All the seats are uncovered. There's a lot of snow, but I'll tell you what, this field is ready. The track is very, very good. There is one sidebar, though. This is the sideline right here, only about 4 yards away. Is where all the snow has ended up, and it is hard, very hard packed. And I'll tell you what, Brent, if you start to run a sideline pass route or try to go to the sidelines, you could end up thinking you're playing an arena football game instead of a college football game. We're going to have to get some cover as well from the snowballs.
All right, Jack. Thank you very much. We got a glimpse of the importance of this game. Michigan and Penn State still harboring dreams of, well, in the Wolverines' case, they still think they have a chance at getting to Orlando. Penn State would be satisfied just to get to Tampa. Let me give you a rundown. The Rose Bowl situation is down to Ohio State or Northwestern. We'll cover that story throughout the day. But the Comp USA Citrus Bowl, Ohio State, Northwestern, or Michigan in the running there. The Outback Bowl, that's the old Hall of Fame Bowl in Tampa. And, of course, either Penn State or Michigan would love to wind up there. And Dick Vermeil, I guess my question is, weather conditions affect either of these teams?
I don't think so, Brent. At 37 degrees, I think the only players that will be affected negatively will be the punters and place kickers. They don't swing the legs quite as freely in the cold weather, and the ball gets a little bit harder.
Tell me about Lloyd Carr. What does it do to the emotion of this team? Were they intent on coming here and trying to make it permanent, or does this make them more relaxed?
Well, I think what happened Wednesday when it announced just showed the affection the players have for their coach. They cheered. They were really jubilant. They're really excited. But I think how they play today will be more a reflection of the relationship developed all through the year.
All right, this should be a good one. Michigan and Penn State. The Nittany Lions are favored by 4. Right now, let's send you to John Saunders. John, Michigan winning the toss and deferring. So the Wolverines will kick it off. This is Jay Feely from Odessa, Florida. There is Stephen Pitts, his last home game as a Nittany Lion this senior day. Coming out from the 6-yard line. Trying to find an alley on the right sideline, and he is hammered out of bounds. So it is quarterback Wally Richardson, the junior from Sumter, South Carolina, who will lead the Nittany Lion offense. The Chili's backs and receivers for Coach Paterno. And Dick Vermeil, there's number 10, Bobby Ingram, the wide receiver. He'll hold every record in the book by the time he leaves here.
Well, one he has to do today, he has to get the big play downfield, Brent.
Rod Payne fires complete over the middle. That's to Keith Alsommer, the tight end.
They start out right out with a tight end delay, Brent. Real clever against those zone defenses. Good first play call.
Dick, we got a quick glimpse of the Michigan offensive line, but for Penn State, this is the veteran group we're going to be talking about. Jeff Hardings, number 50, is the left guard. Keith Conlon is next to him. Barry Tilch is the center. Marco Rivera and Andre Johnson are over on the other side. An outstanding offensive line. This is another senior, Mike Archie.
What Fran Ganter, the offensive coordinator, told me in regards to the running game today, they're going to audible the direction of the runs on the line of scrimmage, Brent.
Second down.
Now we're taking a look at the Michigan defense. Jared Irons we're certainly well aware of. Dick, I'm more impressed by what you said overall about this defense with the freshman corner, Charles Woodson, number 2.
They say he's the best freshman that they've had there in years, maybe they've ever seen there, Brent.
Richardson off a fake, throws incomplete, was trying to hit his fullback, John Whitman.
Third down.
Well, the big battle here for Penn State to be successful today, they've got to win the turnover battle. This is a good defensive football team they're attacking. They've got to get the ball downfield in their passing game and improve their defensive play in the red zone. Brent, they have been scored on every time this year an offensive team has entered their red zone. Not good defense.
30 years, the head man here at Penn State. Richardson, the rangy junior, moving up behind center. Offensive line gives him time. Richardson, the home run ball, and he overthrows. Ingram.
Well, they went after the freshman right off the bat to test him, but Charles Woodson, the true freshman playing left corner, Lloyd Carr told us he's the best freshman he's ever coached. They go after him right away. He covers them all the way. The ball was thrown too deep. But I'll tell you, this young kid, Brent, can really cover.
Well, here comes Cania in to punt it, and there is a Monty Toomer, Michigan return man.
Nice punt.
Driven back to the 15-yard line. Toomer cannot shake a tackle, and there is a penalty flag thrown on the return. Our referee today is Jim Kimmerling. He's hustling down here to get the infraction, and he'll tell us about it. There's the Big Ten crew. And it's against Michigan.
Holding against Michigan.
And Carr is over talking to the young man who was guilty of that infraction. So a mistake on a punt return buries the Wolverines. We'll be right back. Brian Greasy brings the Wolverines up to the line of scrimmage for their first play. Biakabatuka gets the initial call, and Todd Atkins from Newcastle, Pennsylvania, rips into him. And there is Brian Greasy, the junior signal caller and the son of our colleague Bob Greasy. Many of you will hear him later today. He's out on the West Coast with Keith Jackson. There's the Chili's backs and receivers with Shamunga Biakabatuka, number 21, getting the first call. Outstanding tight end Jay Remersma. There is the Michigan offensive line. We mentioned Rod Payne just a moment ago. He's a good center, number 52. Chris Floyd and Clarence Williams now, the freshman from Detroit. Both backs out. The offensive line gives Greasy time, and Floyd is the receiver on their first pass play. The Penn State defense, in a somewhat unusual fashion, they have surrendered a lot of points this year. Atkins, number 58, is over there on that right end. Filardi's their leading tackler, number 47. They have an outstanding defensive back, and that's number 34, Brian Miller. Penzinik, who intercepted 2 passes in the Rose Bowl against Oregon, is in at hero or strong safety for the Nittany Lions. This is 3rd and 5. And Again, the offensive line is giving Greasy time, but he overthrew the tight end Riemersma, who was covered on the play.
They had a little zone stretch pattern back to the short side of the field, Brent. Tight end back out wider. He was wide open. You got to hit him when he's that wide open. Just hit him in the belly. He's not that far away from you. Greasy's just got to settle down a little bit. Very inexperienced starting quarterback.
Paul Peristeris is in, and Archie's back deep. At midfield. He's going to give him outstanding field position. At the 33-yard line, it'll be the Nittany Lions. And Richardson going back to work again. Dick, let me ask you about Penn State. Idle last week. How does that help in their preparations against Carr and the Wolverines?
Well, it gave them 3 days a week ago just to work on fundamentals. They were coming off a loss, a game they felt they should have won to Northwestern. They worked on fundamentals, got after it physically, gave them Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off, came back Monday, started again. They should be fresh.
That's all summer, the tight end changing the strength of the formation. And then Ingram comes in motion through it. Whitman, the fullback, he will lead number 40, Pitts. And Pitts dives to the 30-yard line, so he picks up about 3 yards on first down.
Well, Fran Gannon, the offensive coordinator for Penn State, says, number one, to win this football game, we can't turn it over. Obviously, we have to be sound in the kicking game, and we must run the ball well. That's what we do best. And granted, Michigan is the #1 defense in the country against the run, but we feel we must run the ball well to win.
Richardson off a play fake. And it's complete to Pitts, but his knee was down at the 24-yard line. That'll be very close to a first down. They may have to measure this.
He wanted to go downfield to the square in pattern, Brent, in the middle of the field. He had time initially. Harding's the big offensive right guard, was doing a nice job. Number 50, here he is. He has not given up a sack all year, Brent. Only one quarterback hurry, and that block on Trent Zinkowicz demonstrates why he hasn't given up a sack all year. Tremendous football player, also the recipient of an $18,000 postgraduate scholarship. Fine student.
Inches on this third down coming up against this Wolverine defense. Coach Carr and Michigan facing its 2 most important games of the year this week and next week at Ann Arbor against the Buckeyes of Ohio State.
Pay attention to this important announcement. Game officials
Greg Madison, the defensive coordinator, Brent, said that they were going to try to get an 8th defender to stop the run by bringing either the free safety or the strong safety up into the run defense. Now, countering that, Penn State wants to audible against that 8-man front. We'll see how the chess game goes.
Penn State in a power formation with the fullbacks. Milne leads the way for Whitman, and in behind was David Bowens, number 6, the freshman linebacker out of Pontiac, making a strong defensive stand for the Wolverines.
He did a real good job. At 81, Glenn Steele at the bottom of your screen also got penetration. You'll see it appear right there. See, that stacked it up, and Bowens came around from the backside. Good defensive play. 4th down, they're going for it. Joe makes those decisions, Brent.
And Curtis Enos, probably their best running back, checks in at the tail. He figures to follow Whitman, who is the fullback. Here he comes. Dives the first down for the Nittany Lions. So his first carry, Joe Paterno, being loyal to his seniors as he frequently is, goes with Pitts and Archie early. But here's the future of the running game, and it is number 39, Curtis Enos, for Coach Paterno, who said to us at lunch yesterday, I should have used him more this year. It was my fault.
Well, when we came up here to do the first game of the season, Brent, he was playing outside linebacker and looked awfully good. But he's a 230-pound back with real power and good speed.
Made a couple of big stops against Texas Tech in that heart stopper, won by the Nittany Lions. fake by Richardson, and he did not fool Mr. Horn. Jason Horn, number 94, blazes in for the stop. That's a loss of 6 yards.
I believe that was a broken play. I don't think he meant to keep the football. I think he missed the handoff. It'll be a handoff to the left. He fakes the handoff so he doesn't reach it. The quarterback's reverse pivot, Richardson's reverse pivot, was way too deep and not flat enough, Brent. He just blew it.
Leaves the Nittany Lions now in 2nd and 16. Freddie Scott hasn't been in the offense yet. Quick hold. Ingram can't hold it at the 15-yard line. That brings up 3rd and 16.
I believe he audible to that slant pattern, Brent. The coverage was kicked over to the wide field. He saw that one-on-one. He goes ahead and runs the quick slant. Just doesn't throw it perfectly. I have seen Bobby Ingram catch balls much more difficult than that.
Archie brings the play in from the sideline. He's replaced Enos because he's a better receiver out of Coach Paterno's backfield.
He's also less apt to make a mistake in pass protection pickup.
And the defense claiming they were pulled offside. Rashid Simmons into that defense, number 55.
You can see by this graphic how tough Michigan has been to score on all year. They have not given up a touchdown. Unbelievable. Only 1 field goal. Great defensive coaching by Greg Madison and his defensive staff.
William Carr, a very active nose man, getting ready. This is a 3rd and 21 for the Lions. 2 very dangerous wide receivers. Can Richardson hit it for the big play? Going down. And now it's 4th down with the ball back at the 34. Outstanding defense by Michigan.
William Carr, 96, nose guard. Outstanding football player, has come on faster than they anticipated there at Michigan. Watched him in 3 different defensive game tapes, and he drove the centers crazy, Brent.
Now listen to this. This drive after the punt return started at the 33. The ball now at the 34 after 7 plays. That's how good this Michigan D is. And now the punt with Toomer back deep again.
Good job of hooped it up.
Which way will it bounce into the end zone? It'll come out on the 20-yard line. So Michigan showing you why that defense is so highly rated. Plays football on ABC, brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. Chili's Grill and Bar, where steak lovers go for great grilled steaks. The Document Company Xerox, a simpler way to do good work. And Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. Michigan and Penn State are scoreless. 19 inches of snow fell in Happy Valley earlier this week. For those of you who just joined us, this field is in unbelievable shape. Biakabatuka with an alley over the left, and he crashes to the 26-yard line. John Saunders, Virginia Tech. What's going on now?
With a 2-yard touchdown run there, Brent.
All right, John, here's the toss to Biakabatuka, and he will be run out of bounds on 2nd and 4. I want to go back and follow up on John's story, Dick, on Virginia, because certainly the Wolverines and their fans back in Ann Arbor remember the Cavaliers. It was a great August football game, and I think featured one of the biggest plays of the year when the injured Scott Dreisbach was able to hit Mercury Hayes on the last play of the game with that 15-yarder for the Wolverines, and a very thrilling victory in Ann Arbor.
That's the best single play we saw all year, Brent.
Came at the right time, but the Cavaliers said, we are going to be a team, and now they have beaten Florida State along the way. Floyd leading Biakabatuka. Now, Biakabatuka came into this game with an injured leg. I think you could see the heavier wrap there on the right leg. It was a calf injury suffered in horrible weather conditions last week against Purdue in Ann Arbor. For the Wolverines, this is a balmy day when you consider what they were forced to play in last week at Ann Arbor. Dick?
I believe for Michigan to be successful today, they've got to run the ball like they're doing on first down real well, improve their third down performance, and continue to play run defense like they have all year.
Fresh set of downs now for Greasy. Williams the fake, and Greasy going down with Brandon Noble of Virginia Beach on him.
He thought he had him faked. Brandon Noble started to follow the ball, then realized the back didn't have it. 93, here he comes, left side of the screen. He hesitated for a second. He said, hey, I got one right here. Look, Brandon loves that. Good football player. Got another year to play out of Virginia Beach, Florida.
That's a 7-yard loss. And in comes Biakabatuka. He gets the call. Shamunga.
Nice tackle.
Down at the 30 with a beautiful tackle by cornerback Mark Tate of Erie, Pennsylvania.
If he doesn't make that tackle, he has room. Excellent tackle. And this running back, Biakabatuka, has not been given credit for the quality of the football player he is here in the Big Ten. This guy is an excellent football player and has been ever since they started handing him the ball 2 years ago, Brent.
He's rushed for better than 1,300 yards, averaged almost 6 yards a carry. He's scored 10 touchdowns. His long run is 60 yards. This is a big-time performer as Greasy now comes up to the line of scrimmage with Chris Howard, a very talented youngster who has 3 years, including this one having checked in. Greasy, nice pass to Toomer over the middle to the 49-yard line and a first down. This game features 4 of the finest wide receivers in college football, and Greasy just hooked up with one of them there, Amani Toomer of Berkeley, California.
They went to a double zone defense, dividing the field in halves back deep right and left as we look right down the throat. Now he's waiting for the square in pattern, Amani Toomer, to fall right into that zone. He throws it, and he threw this under tremendous pressure. He takes a lick just as he gets rid of the football. He's sitting, he's waiting. That pattern takes time to develop. Pow! He gets sandwiched.
17 yards on 3rd and 14. Fresh set of downs for the Wolverines. Biakabatuka, the hole is jammed. He'll be out of bounds at midfield with Tate. Now, we talked about Biakabatuka, and those of you who follow the Big Ten realize what a running league it has been this year. The great Eddie George with that 300-yard burst last week against Illinois. Darnell Autry, who could be Northwestern's most valuable player. Biakabatuka. Northwestern with their hands full against Mike Alstott of Purdue today. Cedric Shaw of Iowa. All of them over 1,000 yards. And look at those averages per carry. Now it is 2nd down and 7 for the Wolverines. Just across midfield for the first time. Greasy flares out to the right-hand side, and Howard in a foot race slips free, close to the first down. Nifty run.
Excuse me, Brent. They came with a linebacker blitz that time, and that's why 47 Filardi was locked on man-to-man to that swing back. He didn't make the tackle, but he slowed him up enough to prevent it from being a first down. Freddie Jackson, the offensive coordinator, calling the plays, doing a good job of keeping them off balance. That's what he wanted to do today. Mix up the run and pass.
Lloyd Carr, no longer the interim coach, a very popular figure around Ann Arbor. There was movement by the receiver. There's a penalty flag, and the penalty is going to come back. The receiver flinched in the slot, and that was enough. And now they'll march it back against the Wolverines, and that'll give us an opportunity to find out more about Carr's contract. Let's go now to Jack Arute. Jack?
Well, Lloyd Carr did everything right in terms of trying to seek out the head coach's position. When it was named by Joe Roberson, the athletic director, earlier in the season, he said, he's the interim coach. He said, I'm interviewing as many as 40 different people. Well, consider this, too. Lloyd Carr refused to park for so long in the head coach's parking spot. He said, I'm just the interim coach. All that went away this week, as you said, when he was named the head coach. And you know who cheered the most? When the announcement was made to the team. They brought the house down when they heard Lloyd Carr was the permanent head coach.
And Jack, the media in Detroit also applauded. They think that Lloyd deserves it. And Greasy now is finding the middle wide open. He goes back to Toomer. He has been the key man in this drive.
The key on that was excellent pass protection. No blue jerseys, anywhere close to Brian. So that gives him the time to sit there and allow the pattern to develop, look across that zone coverage. He knows where all his people are going to be, and he just picks him and lets him have it.
Dick, I know you had to defend Pops. I used to cover him when he was at Purdue. Bob
Not one-on-one, though.
He was a, as a newsman. No. He was a surgeon, ladies and gentlemen. He could carve up a defense so beautifully, and he did it for Coach Shula, too. And I want to tell you, right now, the young man is showing a lot of poise. He's hit Toomer twice, once on that big third down play. They're mixing in the run. The coaches are sending in Biaka Batuka. They're using Williams off the bench. They're also using Chris Howard. They flare to him. This is a fine-looking offensive drive by the Wolverines, and the man pulling the trigger is the son of a great one. This is Brian Greasy from Miami.
His dad only threw for 192 touchdowns. That's a few, huh? 3 points scored. Hall of Famer and a fine broadcaster. They're doing a good job of mixing up the formations, trying to keep the defense from zeroing in.
There was movement again by that line. Another mistake over on the right side.
We give them a compliment, and they swallow it. That was Rob Vanderleest over there at tight end, moving a little bit early.
False start on the offense, 5 yards, repeat, second down.
Sometimes that happens when the offense is going to go on a first sound, and the defense uses an audible to shift.
Tonight on ABC, starting at 8 Eastern, Annie, A Royal Adventure. That's at a special time, remember that. Then a gallop for the president at Ford's Theater. That's all tonight on the network. Now Chris Howard is the running back. We are back now to 2nd and 10, and they use Howard in niftily. Picks his way close to the 30-yard line. Pretty good-looking running back. Remember, he had a broken hand, I believe it was, and he had to wear a heavy bandage on that hand for some time this year. They didn't get the production out of number 8 that they thought they were going to.
Bo Schembechler really likes this guy, and I think Bo's been around long enough to evaluate running backs correctly. He says this guy is going to be a real one. Demonstrated a real nice quick move under pressure then.
How come you never quote Bo on a wide receiver?
Hey, how about Carter?
11 plays, 49 yards. 6:06 now. Another third down. This is Greasy's play. Quarterbacks have to take over here. Intercepted. Picked off at the 16 by Gerald Filardi from Huntington, New York. The middle linebacker drops back and stops Greasy and the Wolverines cold.
That's the first interception he's had as an inside linebacker. Here's a kid that walked on, didn't have a scholarship, worked his butt off, found a way to make the football team. Here he is starting, and they say he's going to be even better next year. They were in a zone defense. Now you'll see right here, Filardi backing out, just reading his zone. He's watching the quarterback's eyes. He sees a receiver in control in front of him. He reads the quarterback's eyes and goes and takes it away. Nice job.
The young man with the turnover and the snow in the background with all summer, again, changing the strength of the formation back to the wide side of the field. Pitts is the running back. Milne is the fullback. Milne opens the hole, and Pitts is able to squeeze back through. Senior Brian Milne, the young man who overcame Hodgkin's disease. He's out of Waterford, Pennsylvania, and he was the lead blocker for Coach Paterno that time.
This football team has been improving all year, but the defense has really improved toward late, and that interception is just an example of it, Brent. They've been taking the ball away and not turning it back.
Off a fake. Richardson's high and incomplete. That was Freddie Scott running the sideline pattern and disappointed. Felt he was open that time. His numbers have fallen off dramatically with Kerry Collins out of here. His average yards per catch have dropped from 20.7, that's 20 yards a catch, to 10.1.
Yeah, and the other thing, Larry, and what you're talking about, Brent, this year 1 touchdown reception, last year 9. That's a lot of points to give up.
Archie, the tailback. Milne is the fullback.
They're blitzing him.
The middle incomplete. Ingram not close to it.
He couldn't hold the ball. He saw the blitz coming. He looked a little bit shaky there, a little bit shaky as a quarterback. If he'd have just taken 1 second longer, experience he needs, confidence he needs, to sit there a little bit longer and let it happen.
Darrell Cania from Cambridge Springs, Pennsylvania, number 28, will punt it. And Toomer, he's been the main receiver. He figures to give the Wolverines good attacking position. They may be working with half the field. Let's see what happens now. That's a good punt.
Oh, wow.
And he's not going to get close to midfield. Excellent punt, well covered on the 39-yard line, and so the Wolverines will be 61 yards away. We are scoreless in Happy Valley.
Covering punts can be hazardous to your life. You'll see an unbelievable block right here by number 30, Andre Weathers. He decapitates him. Wow.
And Biaka Batuka squeezes through the hole on the left side.
He's the kind of guy that the closer he gets to the end zone, the better he runs. You and I both have seen him run real well inside that 10-yard line. He'll get it in there. He's just a long ways from it right now.
These are wonderful stories. Out of Zaire, Africa, moved to Montreal. His father is a teacher. He speaks 4 languages, and English is the last one he learned. He speaks 2 African dialects and French. He didn't start learning English until he was 17 years old. It is second down and 6. On a draw, Biaka Batuka to the 45. There are a lot of scouts who are watching Biaka Batuka. He has a year of eligibility left. Family is very important to him. He has a couple of sisters back in Africa that he hasn't seen. No one in his family has ever been able to travel to be able to watch him play a football game. He's a youngster, obviously grew up playing soccer and doing other things, and transferred over to football and was given a scholarship. And here is the young man out of Quebec, 6'1", 205.
You said he could speak French? I learned a French word the other night from my cousin, Paul Briand.
What does that mean, Coach?
Not so hot. That's what they told me it meant.
I hope they were right, whoever they were. They're down, intercepted. And Howard could not hold on to the ball, and Kim Herring picked off the ricochet. That's the second interception given up by Greasy, but I'm not sure it was his fault. We'll have to check the replay. Howard may have had a handle on this one, Coach.
Yeah, it ricocheted off his shoulder pad, Randy. Just laying it over the top. Here comes the ball. Bang! Right up in the air. It's batted up there like volleyball. Right into Kim Herring's hands for the interception. Big, big play.
I don't think it's his fault. I think this ball should have been caught right there.
Yeah, it should have been. Really, it should have been caught, Brent.
Regardless, now it's the Nittany Lions and Curtis Enos. We're going to get a chance to watch the future of Penn State. Here he comes. Run in hard to the 45.
He brings a load to the point of attack. You see that time, people hit him, and he knocks them back. Now, he may not be as elusive as the lighter Archie, and that, but he is more powerful.
Hey, Coach, what do you think about that Nike logo? The jerseys were always, you know, we'd come to Happy Valley, no names, no school, and suddenly, you know, what do you think?
Hey, you got to make a living. You got to pay the bills.
Well, it's okay, but let's put the names on the jerseys next year, too, like Michigan. It's second down now. Scott turns back, and here's Whitman on a cutback, a beautiful run, and I believe he got the first down as the quarter comes to an end in Happy Valley. Big John Whitman of Wrightsville, PA, a senior, picking up yards for the Nittany Lions. A snowball fight breaking out here. Happy Valley. There's our weather conditions right now.
Be wary of the Dolphins coming off a loss like that. Hey, watch out. Sleep. They'll come alive.
You know, Dick, I'm going to go back on that Monday night game, and they had to sneak for the first down. We left you. They were just inches short. So we start the second quarter. Penn State for a first down. We're scoreless here with Michigan and Penn State playing. San Francisco and Miami. Elvis Grbac. Now, we talked about him with the Michigan coaches last night. What did we learn?
Well, you know, they talk more positively about him now than they did when he was a quarterback. They really, I always thought they didn't think he was quite the guy that was going to be like a Todd Collins in the future. But they're very proud of him right now. That one thing they said, he has great velocity and great poise, and he can really find the second and third receiver.
Enos leads the way as a blocker this time. So there was a powerful look, and Whitman to the 31-yard line with the stop being made by Jared Irons, number 37.
Now, Fran Ganter said they're calling about 80% of the running plays on the line of scrimmage because Michigan moves a defense around, what we call an over defense, an under defense, a stack defense, which may not mean a lot to you fans, but it means a lot to those offensive linemen. So they're trying to give them the best blocking angles by calling the runs on the line of scrimmage.
Archie. Gee, last year, every time we had a running play, it was Kajana Carter. He's down below with Jack Arute. Jack?
Well, you know, at the beginning of the year when he was out with the NFL, he went out with a knee. And the one thing he's been doing, Brent, is a world tour visiting your friends as we dodge the snowballs. Your reaction first about this team this year, Kajana?
We're struggling a little bit, but I'm so proud of them. You know, I wish I could be out there. I see some things that I might have could have done to help the team out a lot, but
like what?
Oh, I think some of the runs I see that I could have broke that some might have got caught from behind. But for the most part, I'm really happy with what's going on, and I'm still supporting them, and I'm very glad to be here.
We'll get another question in after this play, Brent.
3rd and 3 with Richardson throwing for the first down, batted away by Irons.
Nice linebacker play. He just got over there with his left hand, buzzing out into that hook area and flicked the ball away. What a football player. He's the best inside linebacker I have seen this year, Brent, in studying the game tapes. He's a player.
Okay, Jack.
Kajana, what about the condition of the knee?
Oh, my knee is doing great. It's been 3 months since I had surgery. I've been running, almost just about running full speed, have full range of motion, and I'm cutting. I can really do anything, jumping. I'm just on injury reserve right now, so we're just taking it slow.
Today was senior day. Any mixed emotions about your decisions?
Very much so. That's why I came back here today. Even though the weather was bad and the roads were bad, I got to see the guys who I came in with go through their last game. And it's very touching to come back in. I gave them all high fives, but I'm very happy to be here.
Well, at least the field goal's good.
49-yard field goal for Brett Conway.
He really nailed that one, Brent. He's a good kicker to kick it that well in the cold weather.
3-0, Nittany Lions. 19 inches of snow and a lot of Joe Pa snowmen around the Happy Valley campus here of Penn State. His team with 2 interceptions and 1 field goal to show following those 2 turnovers. Conway, who nailed that 49-yarder to put the Nittany Lions up by 3, kicking it off.
That was the longest of his career, too, Brent.
Well, Dick, we've got Toomer and Mercury Hayes. And the Merc will take a knee, and it's coming out on the 20-yard line.
Taking a look at the numbers here in the first quarter, you can see it's pretty much Michigan, but this is what stopped them. They've been turning the football over. Now, Penn State finally took advantage here in the second quarter with one of those turnovers and gets the field goal. But Michigan was really dominating that first quarter.
Greasy has to be a little shaken right now, Dick. His last 2 passes, both intercepted. They came on 3rd down. That's the bad news. The good news for Greasy and the Wolverines is the fact that the Nittany Lions have been able to score only 3 points off the 2 turnovers. So the Wolverines will attempt to mount a drive. Biakabatuka finds a huge hole on the left side. In a foot race, Biakabatuka steps out of bounds on that far side, but he has crossed midfield at the 45-yard line.
You used the term stepped out of bounds on the far sideline. He stepped right over a potential tackler. Very good leg action to the right side of your screen. Bang! See that? Good footwork. This guy is a real player and has speed enough, not a Tyrone Wheatley, but speed enough and power enough to run through tackles and run away from the normal defensive football player.
That's a run of 34 yards for Biakabatuka, and he is replaced. George Howell is the fullback for Michigan. And Williams, the freshman, the ball carrier with a penalty flag.
You know, in talking to Jerry Sandusky, the defensive coordinator up here of many, many years, said that they really weren't as concerned about Michigan's offense as they were about getting themselves mentally prepared to play the kind of football physically it was going to take to play and stop a Michigan offense. The whole emphasis has been on the individual and collectively putting it together as a team from a fundamental discipline and an intensity effort standpoint.
So
and there he is. He's been around a long time, 28th year coaching here, Happy Valley. And one time Joe said, you know, Jerry will be the head coach when I retire, but he's going to be too old to take the job that Coach Paterno.
You know what he says? Also says, it's a lot of years to have an Italian screaming at you.
That's true. He does say that.
First down and 10 for the Wolverines. Down a field goal. The Nittany Lions press at the line, and Greasy on the rollout. Buys time and out of bounds.
Great job of covering by Brian Miller. You can see why he led the Big Ten in passes defense last year and is doing it again this year. He was on him like glue, Brent, covered him all the way, and he's covering one of the better receivers we've seen all year. To the right side of your screen, you'll note number 34, Brian Miller, locked on to a very skilled Mercury Hayes. Covered him like a blanket. The ball's thrown high into the outside. Now they're in challenge. Foot race right now. Look at it. Excellent technique. Now he drives back for the ball. Actually a perfect throw. We'd have a completed pass.
Flag. The Wolverines have hurt themselves with some of those 5-yard mistakes here today, haven't they?
Well, they've hurt themselves a few times during the year. There's Freddie Jackson, the offensive coordinator, to the left side of your screen. He's upset. They've had 3 touchdowns called back because of penalties and cost them wins. They could easily be 10-0.
2nd and 26.
I know they won't run a quarterback sneak.
An illegal substitution brings the ball back to the 38-yard line. Biakabatuka finding another alley on that left side. He is back just inside, I believe, the original line of scrimmage. This is going to leave them around, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, but it's a nice run.
It is, and you better keep a defensive lineman in position to stop him from getting outside. Freeze it right there. See, he's going up through the hole right here. You've got to have someone forcing him right now back inside. Now watch him bounce back. See, you've got to have somebody to keep him inside, and Killen's number 92 did not do that time.
So it is going to be 3rd and 10. Biakabatuka with 78 yards in 11 carries. But now this is makeable for young Greasy. Down the middle, and Toomer! Is there interference? No. Toomer complaining, and Miller and he are in a big-time duel right now. This is major league stuff, watching Miller cover Toomer.
These are Sunday afternoon football players covering each other on a Saturday afternoon, just a year ahead of time. Nice coverage and good play action. Many times that will fool an inexperienced corner, but it didn't fool our man Brian Miller.
So Peristeris punting again. They came after him. They run into him. He tries to draw the penalty, but Kimmerling is not buying. No penalty flag. Archie makes the catch at the 17-yard line, where it will be the Nittany Lions ball. Penn State up by a field goal.
Any sign of him yet?
Nope.
The second game of our doubleheader here as we hit the top of the hour, 1 o'clock Eastern time. Northwestern, big one down at Purdue. UCLA, USC out west. Colorado, Kansas State under Coach Snyder doing another good job. Arkansas, LSU. Utah, BYU. So if you don't see the game you want to see, call your cable operator and ask about pay-per-view. 19 inches of snow fell here in western Pennsylvania, and as expected, if I was a Michigan player on the sideline, I would always be wearing my helmet today in Happy Valley. 12:21. This is Enos, the freshman tailback, coming around the right side. Clarence Thompson, the cornerback on that side, helping bring the talented freshman runner down.
Glenn Steele, the defensive end, at the point of attack in that play, got underneath and made that bounce to the outside, but the linebacker didn't get there quick enough to fill it, Brent. That's the old standard off tackle play where you double down with your tight end and tackle, and you pull your backside guard and lead with your fullback.
Dick, so far Richardson's been unable to involve Ingram and Scott. They come back now with the running game, and Enos carrying a couple of defenders with him.
Well, he's had people open, but he hasn't hit them. And as the coaches were telling us, he has to gain more confidence. He has to throw with real confidence and not be concerned about the mistake and just let it go. In fact, on the practice field this week, Joe Paterno told him to forget about it and just throw the strike. Let it go. Throw it into that tight window. And look at how balanced they've been all year, running and passing. Can't get any better than that. But today, they're going to have to throw the ball better.
They lead it by 3. 3rd and 1. And they just fumble. Michigan pounces, but he was probably down. He was down when he coughed it up. That was Whitman.
This is a good offensive line. 4 of those 5 offensive linemen started last year. The only non-starter playing this year that didn't start last year is Barry Tilse. And he's battling with a fine defensive nose tackle, William Carr, in there. But Barry is the most improved offensive lineman. He has really come a long ways, and the coaches are very proud of him.
Andre Johnson, number 68, is being heavily touted, and now Richardson off a fake. Again, he throws high. He's been high with many of his throws today. Milne working out of the backfield. Not such great defensive coverage is the fact that Richardson's just releasing the ball up high.
He's staying back on his back foot. He's got to push off that foot and follow through and bring the nose of that ball down. Maybe just a little bit too nervous, Brent. On the practice field Thursday, you could not throw the ball any better than he threw it. He really put on a good exhibition of throwing the ball accurately. Not doing it now.
Dick, he's only 2 of 10 for 19 yards, and he has missed his last 6. Ingram is the motion wide receiver for the Nittany Lions. And hits. Big hole in a race. First down. Midfield. Lions with Jeff Harding's number 50 leading the way on the 19-yard run.
They shifted the tight end over to the other side of formation, got the defense they wanted, then came back to this side. Now freeze it right here. There was a tight end here that shifted over here. They got the defense to move over, moving to the right as they slant. Now they come through. They get a good lead block right there, and he's off and running. Now Pitts has been a real good player this year for them. They really come out of the blue. Nice hits by Stephen King, number 27, the safety.
Clarence Thompson, who was coming in from an angle, appears to be down at midfield, and while he's tended to by the Michigan medical staff, let's send you to John Saunders. John, Thompson walking off the field appears to be all right, but because he was injured, he has to come over to the sideline for at least a play. Now, last year he was a safety with the Wolverines. He moved over on the corner, and teaming up with that youngster on that other corner, Charles Woodson, they have 2 very good physical cornerbacks. Now, Andre Weathers would have been a possibility, but Woodrow Hankins also checks in now. He replaces Thompson. Number 23 is over there on that corner. 1st and 10. Using the fullback to the 47-yard line. Curtis Enos, I should say, was the carrier that time.
You'll see the fullback trying to kick out on that. The big fullback right here is trying to get the kick out block right here, and Steele does a good job of taking him on. Good defensive play. Now watch this. Bang! He comes right back up in there and makes the play. Good job.
You see how he got leverage on the defender? There's a young man with a bright future, freshman.
A year ago would have been Kyle Brady blocking him.
2nd down and 8. Archie on the delay. And he dances with a penalty flag now flying. That's a 1st down, and a flag follows.
The old Baltimore ag draw.
Against Michigan.
Lloyd doesn't like that one.
5-yard penalty against the defense. 1st down.
That's a very good draw. Not many college teams run that anymore. Dallas Cowboys used to run it. Baltimore Colts is where the play was originally organized. You'll see the fullback will go through first. Tailback waits for him. Here they go. He leads. He gets the block right at the point of attack right there. Now, this is what Archie can do. He can make you miss. Great elusive running ability.
That was Bowens coming from behind to help out with the stop. It's a first down at the Michigan 32-yard line, and Enos with a big hole on the right side. Jared Irons coming over to help out, but Enos at the 20-yard line with another Nittany Lion first down.
The end-over formation is creating a soft corner at the point of attack. They have more people. The offensive line now is doing a real good job of getting some movement at the point. See, good point right there. Good block by Millen, number 22. It hooks the corner right there, and he bounces that ball outside.
Now Milne is in front of Enos. First down at the 20. Here's the toss to the freshman. Thompson brings him down at the 15-yard line. John Saunders. Ohio State travels to Ann Arbor to take on Michigan. Milne with Pitts. And Penn State continues to alternate tailbacks. Nothing doing for Pitts. He has met right in the middle. Winters, number 35, is one of the white jerseys there for the Wolverines.
Penn State has been very effective in the red zone all year, Brent. They've been down here 40 times and scored 34 times, 85%, 25 of them touchdowns. Good offense. But it's obvious now they're taking a little heat off Richardson, putting the responsibility on their good football players in the offensive line, rotating those backs in there, and getting after them with the running game.
This is 3rd and 3. Archie is off to Richards.
Blitz.
Left. They send him out as a receiver. They've got him. Archie, 5. Archie, touchdown, Penn State. Archie scores for the Nittany Lions.
He caught him in the blitz coverage, ran a play-action pass. People did a nice job of picking up the blitz. The person assigned to pick up the third receiver, the back out, right here, they didn't pick him up coming out of the backfield. Someone should be assigned to pick him up. Many times it should be a safety coming out of the backfield. They didn't do it. He gets the block downfield. They get the touchdown as well.
That was Ingram throwing the block on Woodson at the 2-yard line. So Ingram clears the final defender out of the way, and the Lions move 83 yards in 11 plays. The drive, 4:46. The score, Penn State 10, Michigan nothing. 7:35 left first half. At the conclusion of the game, we'll select a genuine Chevrolet Most Valuable Player of the game from each team, and to date Chevrolet has contributed almost $5.5 million to the scholarship funds of America's colleges and universities.
Number 9, Mercury Hayes. Number 18, Amani Toomer. To kick off for Penn State.
Up by 10.
Number 20.
The Nittany Lions kicking it off. Last year's Rose Bowl champions went unbeaten. Defeated Oregon out in Pasadena. Hoping to make it to the Outback Bowl in Tampa this year. Penn State. Toomer. Oh. Toomer, right side, coming up the alley. He'll be pushed out of bounds.
Number 18, Amani Toomer.
And it's at the 38-yard line.
Out of bounds by number 3.
And now, Dick, it'll be up to young Greasy, working with Toomer, Mercury Hayes, and Remersma in a bid to get this offense back into the thick of things. Michigan needs a drive here.
They're only a couple plays out of the ball game. No reason to panic. Just maintain your poise. Let Greasy settle in there. Get that running game going again. They had it going. Keep that little package going, and then move the ball downfield off play action.
You want that running game? You sound like my buddy Bo. I want that ball moving in the air, Coach. Let's go.
Well, when the quarterbacks are shaky, let him run.
Yakatuka, and he will not get away from Aaron Collins, number 6. A linebacker bringing him down.
Did a real nice job moving inside out. Great discipline, keeping leverage on the football. So critical to play defense this way, especially against people that can run like Michigan can. He'll be right here. Now he'll maintain leverage, working inside out. Now look at him work. Look at him work. Look at him work. Look at him work. Here he comes inside out. He goes to turn up, makes a play.
Coach, you got to throw the ball on some first downs here.
Have to do it, Brent. God, I'm going to have to concede.
I'm going to have to down at 13. Off a fake. Steps up against the rush. and he overthrew Riemersma. Riemersma being tracked by Terry Killens, who had dropped off the line quickly and chased the tight end that time. Now, Penn State has been hurt all year by tight ends throughout the Big Ten. Michigan well aware of that, but Riemersma is being shut down here today.
Well, also good pressure by Todd Atkins. It forced the quarterback, Greasy, back up inside and broke his concentration on where he wanted to go with the football.
3 and out would be a killer for this Wolverine offense right now.
Well, it's tough to convert 3rd and 12 against this defensive team, and Michigan hasn't been a real good third down conversion team this year.
Howard, the lone running back. Greasy to the middle. Riemersma, but short of the first down. Michigan will punt. Terry Killens picking up number 16.
He threw the ball where he had to throw the ball. The defense gave him those short underneath patterns. They just loaded the zones. Behind that zone, he had no place to go downfield with it. He had to take it there.
Now we can see Archie, who scored the touchdown. He awaits the punt. Peristeris.
That's a return type ball if he gets it hit.
At the 30, Archie slips a tackle and makes his way to the 37-yard line. 6 minutes. Lots of time for the Nittany Lions. John Saunders, how about the Cavaliers? Are they coming back? Back with a backup quarterback with Groh out. And here, John, it's 1st and 10. The Nittany Lions with the ball and the lead and everything going their way right now. Archie stays in the game. Short drop. Fires complete to Ingram. And he was covered by Irons, the linebacker.
He audibled to that pass, Brent, because they walked up a safety and said, we're going to defense the run with 8 people. He saw it. He audibled to a quick pass. Good adjustment. You'll see this. There's 8. Here's the extra safety up there. 8 guys up to stop the run. Good pickup by Wally Richardson. Maybe all he has to do is throw a couple complete ones, and he'll start bringing the nose of that ball down like he did on that pass.
Now, first down. Whitman.
Real nice block by Keith Alsimer, the tight end. You know, we're so used to looking down this field and watch Kyle Brady knock people off the ball. Well, that time Keith Alsimer knocked them off the ball. Real soft corner. Everyone else doing a good job. They're going to keep moving it. They better start running some first down blitzes to stop the run and try to throw them for like a second and long situation.
Enos in and offset. Scott will turn back around. Enos.
Good job that time. Sam Sword, 93, the linebacker. When they broke that play the last time they ran it, Brent, the linebacker didn't scrape off and get and make that play. This time he did it, and he's got to do it. He's a good young linebacker, a redshirt freshman. He redshirted last year, didn't play. We got a guy walking off a little bit banged up. Look at the legs on that guy.
Well, Dick, it's 2nd and 9, so we can see what Richardson comes up with here. Hey, there's a guy who's happy.
Either that or had too many beers. Here they're breaking.
Middle, high, Ingram got it. First down, Penn State.
They ran a square in pattern up there, and they ran the tight end underneath it. That held the linebackers and gave him room to get in behind the linebackers. Top of your screen, play action pass. That'll freeze linebackers. You see Alsimer 87 cross under. That kept Irons involved for a second. Just a nice catch right there by Ingram.
Ball inside, Wolverines 35. And it's Pitts blasting in his final game here. Beaver Stadium to the 18-yard line, and the chains move again.
Real good block.
4-13, and the Wolverines are reeling, Coach.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they're gaining momentum, and the people are starting to come off the ball. That time, Alsimer got a nice block on the linebacker. Alsimer right here, the tight end coming off, gets a block. The fullback right here comes through and gets a block. Everyone doing their job. That's why you move the ball running it. Enos. Oh,
no more than a yard, and that hit was applied by Jared Irons.
Boy, there was some contact made, fullback on blocking on the linebacker, and then tackle running linebacker being taken on the running back. You could really hear that up here. Deep eye handoff, pow! Irons hits him. He's the most impressive tackler I've seen all year. When he hits you, you go down. Defensive coordinator Greg Mattson looking at his game plan.
Wolverines searching for a turnover. 2nd and 10. Nittany Lions are up by 10. Richardson going to throw, and he's got the fullback wide open. Penalty flag as Whitman does the rest. And the ball went down, and it goes over. They get their turnover.
They knocked the ball out of his hands as he was spiking forward. We have 2 players down on the field right now. Boy, there's contact being made out there. Steve King, 27, is down.
Michigan will start first and 10 from the 9-yard line.
Here's the ball to John Whitman. He has the ball tucked away nice and right here, but helmet onto the ball. Now they knock it. See, he keeps fighting, and gets the ball stripped by Chucky Winters, number 35. Chucky Winters, experienced free safety, loosens it up. Here comes Irons to knock it out the rest of the way. Contact. No wonder someone has a headache.
Steve King, the strong safety, shaken up. But there is the turnover that the Wolverines needed here in the final minutes of the first half. You cannot overemphasize what a difference 17-zip would have made to 10-0 right now.
Oh, yeah, and the momentum, you could just feel it up here in the booth, Brent. The offensive line was just gaining control of the best run defense in the country. Now, they haven't played the 2 best offensive teams in the Big Ten yet. One up here today, one next week, Ohio State. But still, you can see the change in momentum, and that could hurt you. Defense has to come out and play a good series right now.
All right, Dick, they've got Floyd in front of Biaka Batuka. Brian Greasy is the Wolverine quarterback. Biaka Batuka into the middle of the Nittany Lion defense, and he bursts to the 15-yard line, picking up 6 yards on first down for the Wolverines, who have plenty of time to mount something of their own here.
They have plenty of time and plenty of horsepower in that offensive line. John Runyon, the big 300-pound left tackle. Zach Adami, the left guard. Rod Payne, that fine offensive center. They have horsepower. They can move the ball.
Biaka Batuka slams for a first down. John Saunders.
Williams takes it in from there. He has 2 touchdowns, 21-7, Brent.
All right, John, and here the Wolverines are trying to dig out from that 10-0 hole. Brian Greasy can't get a man open, but Remersma, the safety valve, is out at the 30. They'll be short of the first down.
They ran a bootleg, Brent, on that, and the receivers are running through the zones. They're in the zones, wide open, and they keep running and end up covering themselves. When you see those big holes in the zones on play action, receivers should throttle down and let the quarterback find them in the hole where they're really open.
2:05 first half. Wolverines looking for their first score. This is 2nd down and 1. Biaka Batuka gets the first easily.
Boy, he's special. He's really special. He can find his way through the smallest crack. And from this angle, it didn't look like there was any way he could find his way through there. But he has that good vision, that good leg action. He can narrow those hips, swivel through places, just like he did there. Nice run. Can't say enough good things about how he plays the game. It means a lot to him to play well. Here he is at the top of your screen. He'll find a way through there. See, just a little crack, not much. Yes, he got a block from Todd Richards, 83. Mostly, though, his own individual effort, his desire to advance the football.
Well, we have a timeout here, so let's check in again with John Saunders. John, that tomorrow join ABC for the finals of the WTA Tour Championships. Then at 4 Eastern, 3 Central and Pacific, American champion Todd Eldridge and an elite international field of skating's young stars hit the ice. The men's and the pairs from the Sudafed Skate America International, all tomorrow right here on ABC. A winter wonderland.
It didn't look like that Thursday morning, I'll guarantee you.
Just under 2 minutes. First down. Chris Howard, the lone running back. Greasy hit on the release, but Hayes is open. And the Merc is out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Very good design on that pass pattern, Brent. That's a vertical stretch pattern, meaning they take the widest receiver and send him to the end zone, take the second receiver in and run him in a seam in between the deep one, and then they bring a short receiver out. You'll see the tight end, Riemersma, number 16. He's going to go short now. That pulls the coverage to the line of scrimmage. Now the other receiver finds the seam in the zone. Nice design and good call.
If you're a Michigan fan, it's very important to get something on that board here. Great block. Riemersma could not draw away from Aaron Collins, who had underneath coverage on him. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. 1:48 remaining now. Michigan with 2 of its 3 timeouts here, trailing by 10, Coach. And the ball is down just inside the 35-yard line. So on a long 2nd down here, any thoughts about what Michigan may try against Sandusky's defense?
No, I'll tell you, not so much thoughts what they might try, but what he should have done on that last one, when he had blitz coverage, more experience, he'd have thrown to Amani Toomer on the post. He was there for a big one, but he got rid of the ball underneath. Should have gone to the post.
Play fake. Steps away from pressure in a foot race. Throws. And Hayes couldn't hold on in the end zone.
You can't do any more than that as a quarterback. Under duress, play action, protection breaks down, defensive people chase him. He's going down. He throws it right where he has to throw it, and a real fine receiver that made the biggest catch we've seen all year drops it. Todd Atkins flushes him. Here comes Brandon Noble, 93, chase him. He just heaves it down there. Mercury got to make that play. He's got to make that play if they're going to win the football game.
It's 3rd and 10 and 140. It'd be a very long field goal attempt from here, too, for Remy Hamilton. Howard is short of the 30-yard line. Now Michigan, decision time.
Brandon Noble did a real nice job at his nose guard position that time, coming off. Real good technique, whipped the block, moved inside out, made the tackle. Just like the defensive line coaches, Joe Serra coaches him to do.
Michigan going to talk it over. Penn State thinks they'll go for it on 4th and 9. We'll be right back. Penn State coming up on the Prudential halftime report. As John told you a short time ago, he'll have scores and highlights from all the other games. Michigan going for it here on 4th and 9.
Unusual formation for a 4th and 9 play, an I formation slot, which is really more of a running formation. You don't spread the defense out with that formation if you're going to throw it.
It'd be tough to run for it here. And they're not. Sideline, out of bounds. He caught it! He's got it before he went out of bounds. Big time catch on the sideline by number 18.
Well, again, he threw that ball high like he did earlier, throwing the ball to his right on the same type of pattern. But it didn't look like it was in from up here. Here he is. He goes up. Yes, he did a beautiful job.
Oh, Toomer,
nice job.
That's a big-time reception with his toes. 13 yards and a first down inside the 20-yard line.
That's the advantage of being 6'4" and a gifted athlete. You can get up there and snatch those.
Now 122 left to work with here. Gracie fires high and incomplete.
He threw it exactly where he should throw it, but he threw it too high. The coverage all rotated to the strong side. It gave him one-on-one. All he had to do was get the nose down. Get the nose down. You see the coverage is rotating this way, this way. That leaves the one-on-one. He goes to the post. He just doesn't throw it accurately. One-on-one. Now Sippert right in that seam. Hit it just a little bit lower. The linebacker might have forced him to throw it a little high.
They were converging in a hurry. 4 blue jerseys toward Toomer that time. And it's 2nd and 10. 1:17 left here in the first half. Greasy. Toomer! He got it! Touchdown, Wolverines. And Amani Toomer with 2 big-time catches scores Michigan's first touchdown. What a series for 18.
Exact same pass he just threw incomplete. The defense did the exact same thing. They rolled strong side. He came back. He went to the one-on-one. He threw it to the right guy. This time he threw it low enough to catch.
Who is the best wide receiver in the Big Ten? You can't overlook Terry Glenn at Ohio State. But how about Toomer? Then there's Ingram here at Penn State.
Mercury Hayes, no slouch.
1:13 to go, and the Wolverines, after, remember, recovering a fumble back here on the 10-yard line, they move 90 yards for their first score.
Michigan 7.
Taking a look again, you'll think it's the same replay you saw a little while ago. A safety will rotate deep, this safety here, and now he has one-on-one here. He's going to go to the post. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a different replay. This time, he throws it complete, and he got it in there just in time. Penn State has a terrible year in the red zone. 25 now of 25 times the team have been inside the 20-yard line. They have scored. Not all touchdowns, but they have scored. And Jerry Sandusky, the fine football coach, talking with Joe Paterno right there, told me, he says, it's an attitude problem. He says, we've just lost the edge. We've worked on it an awful lot. We've always been very good there. And as he says with a grin on his face, Coach, all I can do is call it. I can't play the defense. There's a fine football coach in this guy. He's been around a long, long time. He's probably right now saying, why did I come back with the exact same coverage?
Toomer, 4 catches, 61 yards, 2 of the 4 on 3rd down, and now 1 monster on 4th down. The TD pass, an 18-yard score, and it is 10-7.
Number 49, Jay Feely. He's received from Penn State. Number 40, Stephen Pitts. Number 20,
Pitts and Everly. Out of bounds, and there's a penalty. There's a mistake. So Jay Feely, young man from Odessa, Florida. We'll cut him some slack. He's never seen this much snow. Hey, Jackaroot, Amani Toomer, he didn't like snow either the first time he saw it, did he?
Brent, indeed he didn't. In fact, what a difference a couple of years makes for the young man who grew up in Berkeley, California, with a view from his room of the Golden Gate Bridge. When he first showed up at Ann Arbor, it snowed one day during practice, and he asked his teammates, he said, do I have to practice in snow? It was so cold that he wore extra socks, took a couple of wristbands, covered all his exposed parts. He didn't have to cover anything today but the football.
Here's Archie getting the carry. We come down toward 1 minute. Sam Sword. You know, one thing about this Michigan defense, is there a defense in the country with better names? I mean, we've got a Steele and Irons and a Sword and a Sweat and a Zinkowitz. I mean, folks, that's my all-name defense right there. I love these guys.
Also a car.
And he's got a motor, that car.
Yeah, yes, he does. There's another guy that's got a motor right there, Brian Millen. Good football player. There's a true freshman playing outside linebacker, David Bowen.
See, now this is football. There's dirt on the jerseys. We got 19 inches of snow. They had to bring the prisoners in. You know, that's right. They brought the prisoners in. They emptied out 3 jails. And they had the orange on out here. They were working far into the night. They were shoveling and they were getting it clear. And look at the scene we've got here, huh?
You think they were?
Hey, let's check in right now on, on some other upcoming ABC shows. Got to remember that start time when the Beatles come to ABC. That's coming up, huh? This week, what's that? 3-nighter, isn't it? What a happening that's going to be, huh? 10-7 now. Penn State over Michigan. Richardson Bingo to the tight end, and that's Keith Allsummer out of Moscow, PA. And there's a flag got tossed.
You know, Brent, they have 2 timeouts left with 34 seconds. If this is a 15-yarder, they can nurse this thing down there, at least for a field goal attempt. They have a good field goal kicker. Yeah.
15 yards, first down.
Right on the top of your screen, going out of bounds. He's going out of bounds right there. Oh, that's not a personal foul. That's football. That's number 43. That's Clint Copenhaver. That's not a personal foul, guys. Ridiculous. That's a gift.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, that was bogus. 39, first down. Richardson goes deep to the end zone. Incomplete. That was Freddie Scott trying to bring home the bacon.
All he had to do was take a little bit more off that, because Freddie has the speed to run underneath. He goes man in motion, loosens up the coverage with that motion. They worked on this on the practice field indoors. He gets up underneath, going to the post, behind the safety. All he has to do is lay it there. If he'd have played a Willie Mays technique a little bit longer and not look so early for the ball, looking back with your head like that, you can't run quite as fast.
And there's Weathers on that corner who was in the foot race. And now Pitts out of bounds, stops the clock. That's the key thing here. Down to 21 seconds.
They don't want to run too far out of bounds over there. They'll need a snow shovel to get back to the huddle. That big Keith Conlon, the 300-pound tackle that pulls on that draw play, he's very nifty on his feet for a man 6'7", 300 pounds. Comes from a family of 8 children. Maybe that's where he developed all that niftiness, just fighting his way to the table, huh? He's a man. He's going to play on Sunday for a long time.
3rd and 5. Allsummer, the intended receiver, and now it will be 4th down with 18 seconds to go. And Conway, who has nailed a 49-yarder earlier in this game, trots onto the field for the Nittany Lions.
I asked Brett Conway on the practice field the other day. He was there talking to his dad. Has he ever kicked in real cold weather? He says, Coach, I'm from Georgia. I have never kicked in cold weather. And he said, in fact, I haven't kicked in cold weather up here. We've been indoors for 2 weeks.
Dick, down on the field prior to the game, he was kicking very well.
He has a good leg.
This is a 51-yarder.
That would be a record for him if he hits it. As long as a 49. He's very good. When you compare him with the rest of the NCAA kickers over the years, he is better than they are in terms of average. He has a career average of 72%. NCAA kickers average around 65%. So he's a good kicker.
Came to town this week and you needed a snow shovel to get your car out of trouble. In Jackaroot, you couldn't find a shovel anywhere in this city.
Well, Brent, on Wednesday with all that snow, what did Penn State do? They went and bought every snow shovel, every shovel, the entire community of State College. They're all here at Beaver Stadium in case snow fell again. There is a forecast for snow, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Brent, during halftime. For sale, just see me. Any of you here in State College need a snow shovel? I know where they are.
You know, the thing is, we can laugh about all that snow, but there's still about 5,000 people without power up here, Brent. There's some cold people and some freezers that no longer have good food inside them.
Just roll the venison out in the backyard, Coach. That's what we do in Montana.
I know that, but you can always count on Big Jack shoveling, though, can't you? Whatever it may be, he shovels it. Oh, there's what you're talking about in Montana right there, right off the back porch.
Land to the Deer Hunter. And now Conway gets one up. And he's got another one. A 51-yarder to go with his 49-yarder. And what a day he's having.
He is hot. His dad better come to these home games more often. He got him pumped up. That's the best kick of his career.
Well, Michigan killed itself with mistakes. First, there's that kickoff out of bounds Then they get that ticky-tack personal foul penalty. And that was the difference, and Carr is still complaining about that personal foul. There was no question. He's got a beat coming. It cost him 3 points.
It was a high snap, but he got it down nicely, quickly. And there it goes right through it. That would have been put at 55, 56 yards. Conway's got to be pleased with that one. He set a new record last year for season kicking up here at 83%. He can bang them through.
He can kick it off now with 12 ticks of the clock left.
That is a big, big play because it's also a regaining momentum play. You know, you just lost momentum. You had it, you lost it. Now you regained it. And I tell you, I can understand why Lloyd Carr is upset with that call that gave him 15 yards over there. That was not a good call. We better check and find out where that guy lives who threw that flag. Maybe he lives out here in Belfont.
From Michigan, number 9, Mercury Hayes, number 18, Amani Silver. To kick off for Penn State, number 20, Brett
Now Conway. He can drive this one into the upper deck or the lower deck. Mercury Hayes. And Hayes out at the 30 now with 7 seconds to go. Time to go to work, everybody. Look at a root down there making a buck.
Hey, the IRS is watching this, Jack. You better claim this on your income tax form.
Yeah, no underground cash around us, Jack. We don't allow that. Hayes is banged up. Merck is down.
Outstanding young man. He graduates in May.
Jack is safe. The IRS is furloughed this weekend.
That's right. Think they'll find the money to pay him?
Non-essential service.
I agree with that, to be honest with you.
What, non-essential services? Okay. You can see some of the scores. We're going to go down and take a look at those horns here pretty soon.
Yeah, Texas A&M. Huh? I'm looking forward to it. Iowa coming after Wisconsin.
Northwestern today, of course, in its pursuit of a possible Rose Bowl, possible Citrus Bowl. A couple of great scenarios involving the Wildcats. One, of course, they'll be pulling hard for Michigan next week against Ohio State, provided the Wildcats win today in Purdue, and I still think that's going to be a tough game down there against Alstott and the Boilermakers.
Mercury Hayes coming off. Todd Yeager, the trainer from Michigan, taking care of him, getting him off the field. Good training staff on all these schools. He's a tough guy, this kid. Nice, nice young man. They're going to flop on, Brent. Just go ahead.
So it'll be a 13-7 Penn State lead. It's senior day in Happy Valley. So John Saunders will be coming up with the Prudential halftime report. 19 inches last Wednesday and more falling on Happy Valley. We've got some hardy folks here. Penn State leading Michigan 13-7. We're at the half. Earlier this week, Michigan made news. Here was athletic director Joe Roberson with the big announcement.
I'm obviously here to tell you the obvious. You all know that the decision has been made that Coach Lloyd Carr will become the permanent Michigan football coach.
So John Saunders will be coming up with the Prudential halftime report. 19 inches last Wednesday and more falling on Happy Valley. We've got some hardy folks here. Penn State leading Michigan 13-7. We're at the half. Earlier this week, Michigan made news. Here was athletic director Joe Roberson with the big announcement.
I'm obviously here to tell you the obvious. You all know that the decision has been made that Coach Lloyd Carr will become the permanent Michigan football coach. And I can't tell you how thrilled I am to have that happen. And if you think I'm thrilled, I wish you could have been with us yesterday afternoon at 3 o'clock when I told the team.
I want to thank Joe Roberson for the opportunity to be the head football coach at Michigan. It's a tremendous honor, And I will do my very best to uphold the great tradition that we have here at Michigan.
He's a very class act, and Dick Vermeil, I know you and I joined a lot of folks. We're very happy to see him become the head coach. Let's talk about what happened to his defense, though, early, because Penn State was able to build a 10-point lead, and they scored on a little pass down here going in.
Well, they came with a play-action pass against the blitz, and they didn't pick up Archie coming out of the backfield. Somebody should have picked him up. I really think a third safety was supposed to come over and get him, because the linebacker that normally would cover him was blitzing. Didn't get it. Touchdown.
Michigan did strike late in the half, and this was a wonderful play.
Really, they did it 2 times in a row. The post pattern to Amani Toomer. It got inside Miller, number 34. The big guy, 6'4", went up and took it down and put it in the end zone.
So the victor keys, Dick.
Take a look. Actually, as I looked at, Michigan run the ball efficiently on first down. 4.4 is pretty good, but they'll do better. Third down, they're not getting it done. Continue to run the defense like they have against the run. They haven't done that. They've been giving up 75 yards a game. There's 113 in the first quarter.
So here's our second half kickoff, and the Wolverines with Mercury Hayes bringing it out, and the snow starting to fall. And now let's take a look at the Penn State Victor Keys after that sharp tackle by Mike Bender.
Well, they have to be plus in turnovers, I think, to beat this football team, and right now they're +1. Get the ball downfield in the passing game. I really don't think they've done a good job of doing that yet. Improve the red zone defense. They haven't done that. That's why the game is so even.
Hey, Coach, do the airplanes up here have 4-wheel drive?
I don't know. For your sake, I hope they do.
Oh, we are in for some Saturday afternoon now. Brian Greasy at the controls. It's 13-7. Tim to Shamunga, Biakabatuka, and he's buried by the blue shirts. From the first half, the stats look this way.
Well, you can see that Michigan has a slight edge in total offense right here. 214 to 119, but Penn State has the time of possession, but they're also +1 in the turnover factor right there, and I think that's why the game is right now as it is, 13-7.
Biakabatuka approaching 100 yards. He's rushed for 99. This'll... Well, maybe not. Hold on, everybody, because Terry Killens of Cincinnati showing you why he's one of the best at that defensive end spot.
Playing his last game as a senior at home right here with 19 other seniors. Nice job.
The individual statistics. Greasy, 2 costly interceptions, 1 not his fault. Biakabatuka will go over 100 surely in the second half. And you can see that Hayes, who dropped a touchdown pass, has 1 catch for 30 yards, and Remersma 2 for 16. So Greasy brings it back now. This is a big third down. Chris Howard is in. They need 7 yards. Howard was an outstanding blocker a couple times in the first half. Off a play fake. Greasy firing high. Toomer, first down, Wolverines.
Excellent job. It was a bootleg pass, Brent. They started action one way, then he comes back out. They bring the crossing patterns toward him. He threw it up high to the big guy again, Amani Toomer. That kind of action, as you see, ladies and gentlemen, it confused you looking at it. It does the same to the defense. Got the ball right where he had to get it there, and Chuck Penzenik, number 29, made the tackle. They needed that big play right there, Brent, to get him out of that hole.
Bailed him out of another third down situation. Biakabatuka back in. Floyd is the offset fullback. Here comes Biakabatuka. The first tackler could not get him down. Killens eventually does. And the Wolverines in the first half were moving it when they threw that first interception. Then quickly a second one. It became 10-0. And then they finally scored late in the first half. And Biakabatuka now with 101 yards rushing.
I like him more every time I watch him carry the ball, Brent.
Howard is his running mate. He's offset there to the right. Fake, and Greasy on the rollout has time underneath. And that was slipping the other back out was Howard.
is complete to
See, obviously they like this counter action, flow away, start the action one way, and bring the ball back out the other way. That's how they completed the big third down pass. Now they come back with it on second down to throw it short. He actually could have gone downfield on that pass to Riemersma, but he didn't want to take the chance. Not quite confident enough yet to go ahead and throw that in the hole.
All right, third down and 5. So Bianca, Batuka, and Howard are operating out of the same set. And the tight end, Riemersma, there it is, a late call, but Killens had backed up, and Riemersma was down on the ground pleading his case, and the flag quickly came.
It was
that'll be enough yards for a first down.
It was pass interference. I'm just surprised it took so long to throw the flag.
Holding Penn State.
Joe doesn't like that. But from up here, it looked obvious, Brent. I saw what the coverage was. They were doubling the wide receivers. They came back to the tight end side. Linebacker on the tight end. Right at the bottom of your screen, he was all over him. But he was all over him prior to the ball ever being thrown, too.
So the
Joe
ball
says.
is spotted inside the Penn State 45. Coach?
And Joe says, who called that? I want his name. He may not get out of town today.
None of us may
We'll have his car towed.
Now Greasy waiting for referee to say it's all right. Jim Kimmerly says let's go. Bianca Batuka, the Michigan running back. Bianca Batuka out of bounds, but he is inside the 40-yard line with Aaron Collins giving chase, number 6.
34, Brian Miller, and number 6, Aaron Collins.
The big offensive center, Rod Payne, on that. He has a critical block because he normally has to block back. Number 52 right here. He blocks back on that man, and he has to stay with him because it takes a while for it to get to the point of attack, and he did. He actually got a knockdown at the end of that play. This guy is a good football player, Rod Payne.
Second and 3, Bianca Batuka is going nowhere. Aaron Collins and Brandon Noble bury Bianca Batuka. Jackaroo.
Well, Brent, you were wondering about Floyd, the fullback for Michigan, where he'd gone. Well, he's gone to the sidelines. He has a slightly bruised right shoulder. Now, they're checking the range of motion right now. It doesn't seem as if it's too serious, but they're going to keep him out for a while. Check it over real good.
They just sent him back, Jack. Miracle healing power of that sideline.
Those trainers really have a potion.
What a deal. And Chris Howard is set behind Floyd.
They're bringing people.
Off a fake. Greasy steps away from it. Hayes up in the air, and he is hit on the other side by Mark Tate.
Nice coverage. The ball should have been thrown out and away from him so he could keep making the corner move. He stuck Tate, froze him inside, but he didn't throw the ball to the outside. You'll see what I'm talking about right here. They're isolated here one-on-one. They blitz. They have man-to-man coverage. He's playing, taking away the inside. There goes the corner. Now, the quarterback throws the ball to the outside. He has a completion. He just threw it behind him.
Michigan punting. There's Terrace trying to find a corner. It hits on the 8 and makes it into the end zone. It's coming out of the 20-yard line. Penn State's ball. The Nittany Lions lead it 13-7. Wally Richardson in the offense going back to work. Well, let's see. I guess the convicts don't want to go back. No, I'm sure this is a couple of good citizens here.
Nice people.
Our receiving battle, Amani Toomer is the winner. But can you believe that Freddie Scott is being shut out?
Well, it's been that way all year. He only had the one great big game this year when he caught 13 balls.
Pitts is the tailback. Slammed at the line of scrimmage. No gain. I mean, buried big time.
All Pitts had to do was read the blocking properly, and he would have been outside running clean. He made a mistake in reading the blocking. And You don't want to make a mistake when you're running against a linebacker like Irons, number 37. See him backing up right there? Pow! He knocks you back.
That's probably the best hitter of any linebacker we've seen this year.
Best we've seen. Yeah. He loves to play the game.
Second down. Whistle dead.
Dead ball. False start. Any offense.
Well, John Saunders, well, we got a moment. What's
Back to you.
Yeah, John, I got a little follow-up on that here, but first the play. Richardson from Alzheimer. First down, Penn State. They find it right there in the hole. Let me tell you about Ray Goff. Almost immediately when we arrived in Happy Valley, there were two folks in here that are very close to the Georgia program. They were asking Joe Paterno questions about Gary Barnett at Northwestern. So his name is going to be popping up in the speculation, but also Pat Sullivan, one-time Heisman Trophy winner down at Auburn, who has done an outstanding job with Texas Christian at TCU. He appears to be the leading rumor candidate at the moment. That could be a big-time job when it turns around. And now they go with the fullback, Whitman.
Threw the flag over there, Brent.
You know, we're talking about coaches, Dick. I'm going to bring you in on this one because they asked us our candidates yesterday for coaches of the year, and we had three. Two very interesting names there. The jobs that Bill Snyder did at Kansas State and Coach Barnett at Northwestern in turning around programs that had been way down.
These two guys are excellent, excellent football coaches. I mean, they can turn any program around, and Gary Barnett, to me, would be the obvious winner. John Cooper's done a great job. He's had time to get him to possibly the Rose Bowl, but Barnett, to do what he has done at your old school with guys like you, I tell you, that makes it tough. You've got to give him respect.
You bet.
Not that you want to slide Snyder.
Richardson over the middle. Dumps it off, and pitch was coming out of the backfield to the 34-yard line. Now, let me ask you further about Barnett. Can someone who is very successful at Northwestern, remember he came from Colorado, can he now jump down into the Southeastern Conference and do the same thing all over again at a program like Georgia if he elects to do it?
No question. I mean, he can go anywhere and win.
You're supposed to say no. I'm trying to keep him in Evanston.
No, he can go anywhere.
You weren't supposed to answer it that way.
I think his move
I've told you earlier you're not supposed to say that.
I think his next move will be the National Football League.
I do too. Second down and 8 if he goes anywhere. 9:20. Richardson deflected, incomplete, and now it will be 3rd and 8.
Joe Juravicius was coming in. I know that pattern. This is a universal pattern that they use all the time. There was no reason to try to throw this as a check down. The split end was coming across the right side of the screen. Here he is just appearing, and Juravicius is saying, hey, here I am, throw me the ball.
And big old Zinkowitz, who missed last week's game against the Boilermakers, that 5-0 confrontation in the miserable weather in Ann Arbor.
First time he's been healthy in 5 weeks. He was defensive MP, then MVP last year.
3rd down now, and the Nittany Lions need to reach the 43-yard line. Alzheimer's short. They don't get it. Short of the 1st down.
They ran a hot receiver pass to the tight end. They blitzed the linebacker. The quarterback and tight end saw it, and they just automatically threw the ball to Alzheimer. That's a good adjustment. Now here's Alzheimer coming off. You'll see the linebacker blitz. So they hit him right where he left. That's not a called play. That's an automatic adjustment after the snap. They just didn't get far enough with it.
So Penn State will punt it. Darrell Kania, we haven't seen him since early in a ball game. And here's Toomer.
Good coverage.
Down at the 15, and there's good punt coverage on that play. 8:31, 3rd quarter, 13-7 Penn State. Take it to Howard Schnellenberger. There's not a whole lot of good feelings that go back in time. And now Reese, it's 47-yard line by Mercury Hayes.
That time he threw the ball right where he had to throw the ball, over the outside shoulder, away from the inside man-to-man coverage. Earlier, he didn't do that with a corner pattern. He comes back the next series and does a real nice job. He got time to throw the ball. Good pass protection all the way up in front. Steps up into the pocket, throws it to the right side of your screen. See, the ball pulls the receiver away from the defender. Nice job by Mercury Hayes. Good job by Greasy.
A 38-yard pass play with Biaka Batuka, who checks back in, and he is jammed up at the line of scrimmage. Rod Payne could not blow it open, and Brandon Noble shut down the hole on the tailback. Those two tackles, Dick, John Runyon and John Hansen, have been doing an outstanding job of running off the rushman on the pass play, giving him just a little bit extra time with the long reach. One 6'8", the other's 6'7". They can do it.
And they both, you know, one is 300 pounds, the other's 280, and they both have more eligibility. Awfully good offensive line coming back next year.
Howard in, Runyon over there. You were watching him as he gets ready. He's number 69.
Looks like they're coming after him, Brent. Here they come.
Incomplete.
He had him. He just has to hit him. Good changeup, good pressure, good changeup call by Jerry Sandusky. He said he didn't want to blitz these people very much because of the quality receivers. Amani Toomer and Mercury Hayes, tough to cover those guys one-on-one. Did you get that, Brent?
Yes, sir. You were practicing your French again, I know. 3rd down and 10.
Jerry Sandusky.
Toomer's on the short side, but Greasy puts it back to the middle, and that one could have been intercepted. He wanted Reamer's ball. The flag comes. Field judge throws it late. There's the flag. There it is. And the Snowballs follow that flag. Now, let's take a look here, Coach.
I didn't see the pass interference. I just saw good defense. Right in the middle, you'll see both linebackers drop out. Now you'll see them collapse on the ball right in the middle of your screen. Boom. No pass interference there. Good defense. They should rejoice.
And Joe is upset, and that's going to bring more snowballs.
Or a 15-yard penalty. Come on, Joe Pa. You're now a grandpa. You know, you don't want to get mad. I really don't think that was pass interference. Top of your screen to the right. No, please. Darn it, that just whizzes me off.
I'll tell you what we got here, folks. We got a little get even, okay?
Yeah.
Because late in the first half, we had a personal foul call against Michigan, which set up a late field goal. And I want to tell you that the head of officials whom I spoke with at halftime told me that this was not a good call, that they should not have called this on the sideline a personal foul. But they did, and that helped set up a field goal. Now we've had a phantom pass interference call. Biaka Batuka battles his way toward the 35-yard line on 1st down.
Well, Jerry Sandusky has challenged these defensive kids for 2 weeks to step it up another level. Some of you playing your last football game here. I'm not worried about Michigan's offense. I'm worried about how hard we're going to play, how disciplined we're going to play. They're being forced to rise to that level right now with calls like that. That was 3rd and 10, Brent. That's a Christmas present early.
2nd down and 7. Howard and Biaka Batuka together. Fake toss. Greasy under pressure, fires to Howard, out of bounds at the 33-yard line. That's short of the first down.
Good game plan adjustment at halftime by Coach Jackson with the offense. They've come out here in the third quarter and they have used 3 waggle actions, misdirection passes. All 3 of them have been complete. Good change up by Coach Jackson.
Third down at 4. Got the first down. That's all they had to do, and Mercury Hayes got to the spot before he was pushed back. They convert another third down, and the Wolverines have got it going inside the Penn State 30-yard line.
I feel Brian Greasy gaining confidence in his throwing as he's going very deliberate. Boy, he rifled that right where it had to be for the first down, reading the coverage, taking the guy for the first down, gaining poise. I think he's 100% complete so far in this third quarter.
I think the 2 interceptions threw him off for a while.
Right.
And he's now back in the rhythm. He's inside the 30. Let's see if he can keep it going. Wolverines are down 13-7. Under heavy pressure, he's sacked at the 41-yard line by Todd Atkins.
Todd Atkins, a big play. Todd Atkins has had an off year. Came into the season, contracted mononucleosis. It's had a hard time coming back. Here he is setting up on 75. That's Thomas Wines. He beats him with a good hard inside move. And this guy, when he is healthy, can play with the best of them. And that is a big play by Todd Atkins. Nice job, young man. Playing his last football game in this stadium.
A 12-yard loss. Make it 2nd and 22 for the Wolverines. The ball at the Penn State 40-yard line. Straight back. Time underneath. Reamer's Maw at the 34-yard line. They pick up 6 yards with Killens defending the tight end again.
They aren't giving those tight ends any free room, are they? Every time they go out, there's someone running off him, and then if he does catch it, someone else is belting him as soon as he just gets it put away. Greasy doing a nice job there, Brian.
This is 3rd and 16. The Wolverines need some yardage to get closer if they have to try a field goal attempt on 4th. This is a big 3rd down, and they don't necessarily need it all. Greasy now back. Greasy with time. Greasy, they got it. First down, Toomer, 15-yard line.
Unbelievable. They rush 3 people, play 5 people underneath, and go 3 deep. And he still throws the square in on a strike. Nice job. Now you'll see 3 rushmen, right, 5 across right here, and 3 deep, and he hits the square in right in the hole. Should not be able to do that against 5 people underneath. That should be intercepted. Well done by Brian Greasy and Amani Toomer.
Now Biaka Vituka. They did not fool anybody. That was Brandon Noble, number 93.
I believe they blew the assignment on that. I believe it was going to be a trap and someone didn't block back and turn the wrong guy loose. You turn him loose, he's going to make the play. A good football player with another year of eligibility. An administrative justice major, just administering justice to the running back.
2nd and 12 for Greasy and the Wolverines.
Showing blitz.
Off a fake, still gets time. Fade, Hayes can't get it. And into a pile of snow and some flying missiles. And Hayes is hit in the face.
Yeah.
Hayes was struck in the face by a snowball.
Which could result in an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Once again, fans who are seen throwing snowballs.
Here we have the one-on-one situation. Hayes on 33 tape. He's going to go to the corner. Going to the outside. The ball is just a little too far. He had him beat for the 6-pointer. Just couldn't get it there. Inches. He gets up and then he gets hit in the face. These fans, you'd think we're in Vet Stadium.
I'll bet Jack Aruta's safe.
Where is he?
Hiding.
Coach Paterno went down to the 10-yard line and yelled at the fans to knock it off. And when he speaks, they listen.
They've been listening for 46 years. 30 as the head coach. And Merkel take a break. Toomer, the key guy. Now it's 3rd and 12. They don't want to turn it over. Williams checks into the backfield. Greasy, middle. Now Toomer sprinting. No first down, but they can kick a field goal from there.
Number 18, Amani Toomer, tackled by number 34, Brian Miller. 4th down.
Now it's field goal.
Here's Hayes again. Now what? He'll get up. Work his way out and wham in the face right there. Again.
All right, Remy Hamilton to attempt a 29-yard field goal.
And a good kicker, Brent. He doesn't miss many.
Well, let's see, ladies and gentlemen, let's call it all square. We had a bad call against Penn State or Michigan earlier, resulted in a field goal. Now a phantom call on Penn State, and Michigan kicks the field goal. We're back where we should have been a long time ago, sitting on the 3. A snowy Saturday here. Happy Valley, the home of the Nittany Lions of Penn State. Last year's unbeaten Rose Bowl champions. They downed Oregon. Michigan a few years back, they had a Donnybrook of a Rose Bowl game against Washington. I hope you got to see Tyrone Wheatley in that one. This time around, could be Ohio State. Maybe it'll be Northwestern. That story's still unfolding. Meanwhile, the winner here hopes to reach the Outback Bowl. Short kickoff. Fair catch. At the 26-yard line, where Penn State, with a 3-point lead, will put it in play after the grab by Carl Gray.
Penn State starts 1st and 10 from its own 27-yard line.
Balanced attack, came into the ball game with 212. As of right now, they're balanced again, 113 and 113. They could still have to get the ball to Freddie Scott at that flanker spot. They're playing with 10 guys without getting him the ball.
It's hard to believe that someone that talented is being shut out here today.
Well, I don't think it's the fault of the defense.
Now here he is in motion. He'll double back. This is Milne, a hard-hitting fullback with a 29. John Saunders. John, that was a shocking score for us. 2nd down. Richardson firing complete. He's got Ingram, splits the defense. Ingram trying to shake free to the 31. Touchdown saving stop by Woodrow Hankins.
Well, I'll tell you, Andre Johnson, the short side tackle that time, cut the defensive end, so it was an easy throw for that slant pattern. And you get that ball on the slant pattern right here, you'll get the nice cut down block. See, now that allows the quarterback to throw right over the top into that zone. And boy, when you get the ball in this guy's hands, it's a record every time he touches it.
A 40-yard gain to the 31. And Ingram, the big play receiver for Penn State, challenging Amani Toomer here in the 2nd half. Richardson off a fake fire. Scott incomplete. And he's still being shut out. It'll be 2nd and 10. You know, Dick, going back to the 24 points that Kentucky had put up on Tennessee, Tennessee loses that game, Arkansas could wind up in the Citrus Bowl.
You bet. And you know, Danny Ford has done a tremendous job. Here's that bootleg pass. Try to get inches again. Just take a little off that, Wally, and you'll have a completed pass.
1:50, 3rd quarter. All summer. Moves the strength over to the right side.
That's unbalanced. Now they go in motion. They have a trick play off this formation.
Pitts trick was to get free to the 20-yard line. First down, Lions.
They're taking the ball back to the tailback. The offensive line right now is dominating the line of scrimmage. They're taking people off the ball. Keith Conlon, Jeff Harding, Barry Jills, Marco Rivera, Andre Johnson, knocking people, and they're giving the ball to the right guy. Good effort. That time, poor tackling by David Bowens, number 6.
This veteran offensive line, which has given up 20 sacks this season as opposed to 5 all of last year, trying to pave the way for a critical touchdown. Pitts battling for 2 or 3 yards over on the right side. John Saunders on the drive, leading it by 3 inside of a minute to go in the third quarter. Richardson, middle's open, and he couldn't hang on. Al Sommer with 1 mid on the ball would have made a great catch and couldn't bring it in.
Look at Wally Richardson. He's so upset with himself. He knows he had that right there. All he has to do is just pause 1 second, concentrate, throw the ball with your eyes first, then your arm, you have a completed pass. He just threw it too quick.
Dick, we're sitting on 3rd and 7. Coach Paterno is up by 3. A field goal puts him back on that 6 again. Your feeling about strategy down here right now?
Well, personally right here, I would run the football on some kind of a draw. They're going on a quick slant. There's some interference there. There's pass interference.
First down.
They were rolled up on him. He tried to come underneath with the slant. The corner rolled up, was right in his face, gave him a shove from the outside. Here you see the one-on-one situation. That's Woodrow Hankins, the second stringer. See, he got there too early, obviously, and Bobby says, throw that thing. Woodrow is playing right now in place of Clarence Thompson. Lloyd Carr says, I don't like that one either. Going with an aggressive approach. The reason I like the draws down here in those situations, Brent, is defenses in that time, a defensive line really coming upfield, getting hard. And how many times this year have we seen a running back take the draw from 10 or 15 yards out and run that thing in for a score? If you don't get it, you're still in good position for a field goal, and you don't risk a sack or turning the ball over.
Last year, they would have just given it to Milne.
Yeah.
He's leading the way. Hits right, cuts, 3-yard line. 2nd and goal, Penn State.
Keith Alsomer doing a real good job of blocking over on this side along with Keith Conlon. And they're using the fullback real well now to kick out on that. John Whitman is the big guy at 230 pounds doing a good job over at the point. They many times will put both fullbacks in this situation. They will have John Whitman and Brian Milne in the backfield together.
And they sometimes load with Jason Slode,
yes,
number 15, and that gives them 3 fullbacks. Milne short of the end zone. Now it's 3rd and goal for Penn State.
You know, sometimes a guy can get a great block and you still don't get a great play because somebody else breaks down. But John Whitman, that time, the fullback, really had a nice block. Somebody else broke down.
That's the end of the quarter. We'll have the 4th after this message and a word from our ABC stations. For Penn State, freshman Curtis Enos, number 39, checks into that backfield. The Nittany Lions leading by 3. And you would think the staff would be thinking, we have 2 downs here to score a touchdown against the Michigan defense. They remember back a couple of years ago when the Wolverines were able to stop them. Oh, Michigan! It is coming out. The freshman running back fumbles on his carry. 3rd and goal with Clint Copenhaver wrapping it up, and the ball now will come out.
Brett, I believe Kurt Enos was stumbling at the point of exchange. Was off balance right here. See, stumbling forward right there.
That's
never really had the ball. Coach. Never really had the ball. From the I formation, that should never happen.
Dick,
See, it's way back there.
He's fumbling. I think Richardson was fumbling on the handoff. I want to go back and see that again. I think the ball's coming out of his left hand.
And he kicked it out with his knee as well. That's one disadvantage of rotating running backs.
Well, I don't think that had anything to do with it. I think the ball was being fumbled by the quarterback on the exchange. We'll take our time and take another look at that. It's 1st and 10. Greasy and the Wolverines are coming out right now. Floyd and Howard are the running backs. That's Mercury Hayes, number 9. And Greasy, with plenty of time, threw behind his receiver, Remersma, who he had open. Now, Dick, back and watch.
Covered by 47, Gerald Mahoney. Second half.
Take one more look. Ball was coming out of his hand. The ball hit the fullback's hip as the fullback went by and knocked it out loose from the quarterback, so he couldn't get the clean exchange. Again, you would fault the quarterback for the wrong angle, leaving the line of scrimmage to hit the fullback.
Biakabatuka in at running back. Biakabatuka blasts his way to the 26-yard line. Powerful run. Well, Penn State is going to look back at this offensive performance in agony. They fumbled at the 8th and on the goal line today. That was a 3rd and goal leading by 3 and a bobbled exchange.
See, the quarterback comes out at an angle, supposedly to give room for the fullback to lead on the isolation block. He came out too flat and hit the fullback's hip with a football. Knocked it loose, then tried to still hand it off and couldn't do it.
He was losing control, wasn't he, by
yes,
that
he
point?
was.
So it's 3rd down and 4.
Blitz up inside.
Bubble incomplete, and that one was in danger of being picked off. And what's wrong with Mercury's hands today?
I don't know. He's letting the ball get to his pads rather than using his hands. Both of his he's dropped. The ball has hit him in the pads. You'll see they blitz the linebacker inside. He comes across right where he is, getting the football, but he drops it. See, no one right there in the hole, puts it right there. And also he took his head and turned his eyes to look at the tackler. He's not having a good day. He's too good a football player to drop 2 passes.
Now Michigan punting. Archie. Down at the 43-yard line.
Mike Archie on the return for Penn State. Turned out by number 31. Thomas Tucker.
Boy, that defense has to be excited about that series right there. You turn the ball over. Many times, you and I both, doing a game together, have seen a team get a turnover and take the ball the length of the field because the defense goes in the tank. They did not go in the tank, come up with it, and get them out of there if they have the ball back at midfield.
Well, 10 catches for the 2 Michigan stars.
Nothing.
To 3 as Freddie Scott is being shut out. Pitts checks in at running back, and Richardson just on the sideline, and he picks off Ingram again.
Yeah. David Bowens had his hands on the ball and tipped it in flight, but didn't hit it hard enough to get it out of the hands of Bobby Ingram. Here he is jumping as high as he can, number 6. See that? He batted it in the air, but it still got to Bobby Ingram. Fran Gander coming out and throwing on 1st down. End over formation again, Brent.
Oh, a big run by Pitts. Pitts slams to the 32. 1st down, Penn State.
What they're doing right now is they're cross-blocking the tight end down and the tackle pulling out. I'll show you on the telestrator what I'm talking about. The tight end will block down right here, and the tackle will pull right there. And they're sealing off the defense. The fullback will now lead. Creates a hole. There it is. Nice job of blocking and good running. We used to call that feed blocking.
First down for the Lions. They stood up the running back in that hole that time. Oh, Major League.
Hit by irons. Got the right name. Holy mackerel, did he hit him. See, he read the trap block. He saw the center block back and the guard pull, and he just comes up there, pow, and when he unloads on you, you go backwards. Nice job, Gerald. Wow. He's fun to watch.
He really is.
Gives me goosebumps.
Second down and 10. Swing. Archie. John Saunders, what's going on with the Volunteers of Tennessee? Next week, Hoyne and Bucks have got the Wolverines in Ann Arbor. Northwestern later today plays at Purdue. Scott's first catch of the day. And it's a first down, Penn State at the 20-yard line.
That's the first time, like you said, they've got to get the ball in his hands. It makes it too easy. Here they got the slot formation set to the field. Here's the slot formation set to the field. They go zone defense right here. They come off. Now then he goes right back underneath into the zone. Just lay it in there nicely. About time they got you the ball, Freddie. It's not a mirage. Good player.
Run hard after Penn State gets the ball back. They've powered their way down to the 12-yard line.
Great use of terms. Power. Very close inside of the center position. Gaining momentum in there. He's knocking people around, which you don't normally do against this Michigan defense. Look at the total yards. Talk about real even football game.
Michigan has been given up yardage, but they forced 2 critical turnovers down here. Now it is second down and 2.
Trying to draw him offside with a long count.
They run Whitman for the first down.
That's what they did. They went on a long count and tried to draw him offside and earn the first down that way. They almost got him offside. Didn't get it. They just hand the play to the fullback for the first down. And this guy probably does not touch the ball often enough. John Whitman at 6'3", 230. He can move the football. Came into the ball game with a career average of 4.9. He's going to play a lot of football in the future.
Penn State up by a field goal. Time left in your football game. Whitman and Pitts are the running backs. Scott's number 31. Whitman twisting and turning to the 6-yard line.
Real nice job by the defensive lineman that time. He slanted underneath the offensive tackle, got some penetration, and here he comes off the field. He dinged his shoulder. That's Joaquin Fizel. He slanted underneath the tackle. The tackle didn't get him. He got penetration, but he hurt his shoulder in doing that.
Second and goal. Archie back in. And remember down here, they love to throw to Archie. He's the receiver out of the backfield. He's off to the right side now of Whitman. Archie slipping out again. The ball recovered by number 68, Andre Johnson. An underrated offensive tackle saves the day as Chuck Winters knocks it out of Richardson's hand.
They scored out of this formation against the blitz last time. For some reason, he doesn't see the blitz coming. It's coming right in his face. That's inexperience at the quarterback position. He should drool when he sees that blitz coming and get rid of the ball quickly, and he has 6 points.
Now the Penn State coaches are thinking if they don't score here, we will kick the field goal unless we get down real tight inside the 5-yard line. This is third and goal. The ball is back on the 11, almost the 12-yard line. The Fans got it for a score. Touchdown, Penn State, third and goal.
They went to the corner fade pattern. Andre Weathers The young corner out there covering number 30 slipped and fell down. Therefore, there was no coverage. One-on-one situation. Here he is. A young freshman out there, number 30. Now watch him take the move right here. Now watch him slip right there as he turns his hips improperly and goes to the ground. See, poor fundamental work. He needs a lot of work in those techniques, and will certainly be coached to do it and change those techniques as he goes.
Conway adds the extra point. It's a 10-point Penn State lead. 9:40 to go. The Wolverines with some work ahead of them. They're back. Michigan trailing it by 10 points, 20-10. 9:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. 57 yards in 10 plays, and the MVP is tackle Andre Johnson, who recovered the fumble by the quarterback. And from there, the fade was thrown to Ingram in the end zone. Conway whacks it. And Toomer, who's had a good day for Michigan, out to the 27-yard line.
Stop line for 49, Anthony Clary. Michigan starts first and 10 for the Southern College, 27-yard line.
Boy, I tell you, they redeemed themselves after this one, Brent. The turnover going into score, come back defensively. They go out on the field, they shut Michigan down, they get the ball back and take it down and get themselves a big play right here to Bobby Ingram. Good job, and nice job right here of throwing the ball properly by Wally Richardson.
Now the Wolverines need to put it in overdrive. Howard's the running back. Collins coming. Howard picks him up. Collins kept coming. Complete to Toomer. Toomer works free in the zone. And Jimmy Nelson, the defender, number 44 there for the Nittany Lions.
Boy, he did a nice job of maintaining his concentration. He was under pressure. Brent, Collins hit him just after he threw the ball. He knew he was going to be hit, but it didn't matter. He maintained his concentration and threw the out pattern real well. He has grown in this ball game. He's gotten a lot better since the first quarter. Good job, Brian.
Folks on hand, and listen to that sound we've had here today as the blue shirts jump all over them. We've had some great sound provided today by Paul Glazer. No question, Paul's been working on a full stomach, and it really tells here. He's had some great audio today, Coach.
Well, I've heard a lion growling off and on. Is that his full stomach?
That's it.
That's his mic.
Second down and 12. Now Greasy. And he completes it to Riemersma. Riemersma to the 48-yard line. John Saunders, did the Volunteers come all the way back? He's okay for the Michigan showdown up in Ann Arbor next week. Greasy pulls out, fires complete, first down at the 36-yard line. And right now, young Greasy's starting to carve this defense up.
You know what I think Greasy likes? He likes the 3 wide receiver formation. When they're in that formation, he's been doing a real good job from it. It gives him more options, more people working those underneath zones. Look for Sandusky to change up to some man under coverage to take those zones away.
Score a touchdown here, and we could have quite a finish. Ball's at the 36-yard line. Greasy, he's got Hayes in a foot race. He's got Hayes where he wants him. Hayes to the 17 with Tate, the defensive back.
Real good job. See, they gave him the pressure, had him in the man-to-man situation. Then you're going to chase a guy on an underneath pattern. Hayes is a sprinter. He's got great speed. He comes underneath. But what Greasy did was such a nice job of number 14, maintaining poise, ignoring the rush. Here you've got the guy coming underneath all the way there. Really a good job. Look at Toomer. He's eating him up.
Ty Streets, a talented youngster on the field. Hayes is out on this play. Yakamatuk is back. Touchdown, Michigan!
Boy, when he gets to the red zone, he gets inside that 20-yard line. Nobody gets in the end zone any better. He takes it in there. Granted, there were some very good blocks up inside there. Nice traps inside. He read it right up in there, and boy, he split the safeties. Nice job. Great offensive drive. Good job by offensive coordinator Freddie Jackson of running the offense in an intense drive.
Remy Hamilton. Throw another log on the fire, ladies and gentlemen. Get real comfortable.
Open up another one.
7:12 left in Happy Valley, and it's going to be a dandy ending. We talked to Terry. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar may not make it, huh?
Yeah, he had a bad ankle, and it did not look good for him this week, and they need him because he's their horse.
Well, Michigan with Feely kicking it off. They're right back in this. Going to be returned from the 7 by Mr. Pitts, who has been very busy here today. Down in a pile.
Number 40.
Real good job of offensive linemen using zone technique blocking. Guard comes off here, he gets help here. They knock him off. Center and guard here. They come off and knock him off. Velarde gets caught behind. Biakabatuka reads it. See, they get real good movement right in there. There's that little hole, and when he sees a crack, he gets through it. Nice execution of zone block technique. Bobby Morrison, the offensive line coach, is going to be pleased when he looks at that tape.
Pitts is the tailback, and Milne is now the fullback directly behind Richardson. Scott, number 31, is the motion receiver. Pitts behind Milne. Slipped to the outside, and Pitts crosses midfield, and he has stepped up big time in the second half. Chuck Winters pushing him out of bounds.
They have been running that cross blocking, and sometimes the linebacker will step down and constrict it too much. This time the tight end also blocks down. Right here, he blocks down. Tackle Conlon pulls. He constricts it. He bounces outside this time. He said, they ran inside me last time. I'm going to constrict it real hard, fight back inside. What's he do? He bounces outside. Right there, that play should be made by Stephen King. 27 should make that tackle.
Pitts has carried 13 times for 106 yards, and there is Mr. Jarrett Irons from Houston. His daddy was a good one in the NFL, and his son, and a very good student. Very proud of his academic record, what he's accomplished.
No question. He's got it all screwed on correctly.
Now Pitts with a big day. Not only running from scrimmage, but look at his all-purpose yards here today. 167 all-purpose yards for Stephen Pitts, who's going out in glory in Happy Valley. 2nd and 11. Oh, Richardson is wailed, but he hits Milne at the 45-yard line. Oh, did William Carr hit Richardson?
William Carr hit him so hard he knocked himself out of his shoes. I'll tell you, Richardson stood in there. He stood in there and threw the strike, and Carr says, hey, I lost my shoe. Hey, give me some time to get it squared away. Get another nose guard in here.
Well, there's a nose man. That's a nose guard right
That's a nose guard. He's built like a nose guard, too. Here he comes right there. He just keeps coming. Now he loses his shoe right there.
Richardson, the pocket's collapsing. He's down at midfield. Glenn Steele's on him.
Yeah, very, very good play. The thing that Steele did is he kept coming. He kept coming. The pattern was taken away downfield. Good coverage. And Steele just kept coming. Another one of those good names. We have Iron and Steele. And you have a bumped head on the banister. You all right?
What'd you say, Coach?
Should I call the trainer?
All right. Ohio State is punting to North. No, here we go. Penn State. And the fair catch is signaled for at the 16-yard line by Toomer. 5 minutes left. 20-17. Penn State ahead. No day at the beach this one. It's football on ABC, brought to you by Chevrolet. The cars and trucks 36 million people depend on every day. Genuine Chevrolet. Tylenol, the pain reliever hospitals use most. Chili's Grill and Bar, Chili's grills like no place else. And Black & Decker, it's how things get done. Welcome to Happy Valley. Great turnout considering the conditions we've had here. It's nice to have had a roof over our head, a little light snow there as we started the second half, but it seems to have cleared away now, and all systems are a go. Dick, we've got a first down for the Wolverines with 5 minutes to go, and they trail it by 3.
Well, if they stick with what they've been doing with the 3 receiver formations and spread the defense across the field and just work against those zones, they're going to move the ball again.
Here goes Joe Pa to talk about the snowballs. They're going to draw a penalty for the Nittany Lions. That's the other section, Coach. It's not us. It's those Michigan people that came up here, Coach, and they're trying to get, you know, they want to get the penalty.
just imagine walking the sidelines as many times as Joe Paterno has. Amazing man, amazing stamina.
Bianca Batuka, who scored that big touchdown on the last drive, in at tailback. Brian Greasy overthrows Riemersma, who was doubled. Killens has been on him all day, Dick, and done a heck of a job overall. And John Saunders, what about Tennessee? You don't want to play Northwestern, John. Second down and 10. There's the hand now to Bianca Batuka, who powers his way to the 23-yard line.
They have run a number of times on obvious passing downs, Brent. A few times it paid off. A few times you wondered why they did it. But here, second and 10, they get in the eye and run the eye draw play. And now they have 33. Good decision.
I'm not sure it's a good decision having Bianca Batuka out of the game on this third down, though. Huh?
Well, he's not a guy they throw the ball to us. He's only caught 4 balls coming into the game. Here's the 3 receiver formation.
This is the formation you say that young Greasy's been the most comfortable with. Oh, had his man Hayes wide open, and Merck just hasn't had that stick him today, has he?
Plus, I think Brian's throwing that close ball just a little too hard. Not taking some heat off Hayes, but he's throwing that one with a little too much zip. Boy, that one was humming, and all he needed was 5 yards. As you gain experience, remember, this is his first go at it. As you gain experience, like his dad did in the National Football League and at Purdue, you start pulling the string on that one and just dropping it in the belly. That was a big defensive series.
So Archie standing at the 37. Peristeros with a big punt.
Ooh, a nice one, too.
He drives him back for a fair catch at the 33-yard line. Now we have 4 minutes remaining. It's 2017. Nittany Lions leaded by a field goal.
Is that picture an indication?
Well, I tell you, Coach, you've got some great transitions sometimes. You know, it's hard out here. You know, when you got that much snow, you got to try to find something to eat.
Yeah.
4:08, 2017, and here's Pitts. Pitts bolts free, and Pitts breaks it. They've got the angle on him. Pitts will try to turn it up now. Down at the 7-yard line. Penn State's MVP does it again.
Nice block by Big Keith Conlon, number 53. He did a good job of stretching the defense, getting it moved, and they ran up underneath it. Big Conlon did a nice job. They tossed the ball deep to it. You'll see 53 on the right side of your screen. See that nice block? He kicks him outside. Now, good running ability. Cut back. Gets his stiff arm out there. Old technique. Nice job. And this guy has waited for a long time to be the center of attraction at Penn State. He's always been a guy that never got to play very much. Look at this comparison. Pitts, 163 yards, 10.9. Michigan, 122 yards.
A 58-yard run. Archie picks him up, and Archie is stopped at the 4-yard line. Michigan must have a goal line stand here. 3:26 to go. They're down by 3.
See, and you might as well pull it all out, Brent. You just line them up there and get after them, come down in those gaps, and just try to get good penetration.
If we have time, the Thrifty Car Rental postgame report. Now it'll be 2nd down and goal. Both fullbacks in the backfield.
Good defense.
Now it's going to be 3rd and goal as Whitman fails because of William Carr.
David Bowman, 96 William Carr.
Good goal line defense. Coach Joe will get involved in this offensive call. Fran Ganter calls all the offensive plays. Joe gets involved in the critical decisions. That's what a head coach does. Bill Kenny in the left-hand corner of your screen, who coaches the offensive line, really had these kids ready to play today because they were running against the #1 defense against the run in the country. Bill Kenny right there in the middle of your screen talking to his war horses.
Meanwhile, John Saunders, Tennessee, are they still chanting Comp USA Citrus Bowl? What's going on to that one, John? Here it's 2:48. Joe Paterno. Last year's Rose Bowl champions, Michigan. But 3 years ago, let's see, we've had Michigan at the Rose Bowl, Wisconsin at the Rose Bowl, Penn State at the Rose Bowl, and this year either Ohio State or Northwestern. So certainly some balance in the Big Ten. And Joe Paterno yesterday at lunch, he was raving about what he has found in this conference so far. He really expected to wrap up a 2nd straight Big Ten championship this year. He did not anticipate as much trouble as his Nittany Lions have experienced within the conference. He said the conference has speed, much more speed than a lot of folks give it credit for. He thinks Ohio State's faster than some of those teams down south right now. Now his Nittany Lions, Richardson's going to throw. Broken up beautifully in the end zone by Bowens.
That was a good call, a gutsy call, but a real nice defensive play by a true freshman, David Bowens. Normally you would fool a true freshman. They didn't do it that time, and they could not get the ball to Bobby Stevens, number 80. Nice defense for you, young man. Look at Coach Carr says, nice job.
Well, it's a 3-point game, and it's 4th and goal right now. So you know there's no percentage in kicking that field goal right now and sitting on.
Well,
no, there isn't.
Yeah, field goal could tie it up if you don't get the 3.
So would Michigan even think about playing for a tie?
They may not have a choice.
That's kind of interesting, Coach. It's a ball. Touchdown, Penn State. Woo! Joe Nastasi.
Woo! Was that a shot? Coach Paterno called that one. Only the head coach can call that one. Hey, nice job, Joe.
Yeah, when you think about the numbers, 6 doesn't do much for you. Michigan can beat you with a touchdown, and I don't think the Wolverines are going to play for a tie today.
Harding's number 50 pulled out of his guard position, got a kick-out lead block, and they walk in. That's the first time I have ever seen that type of fake field goal. Very good coaching and good design.
Well, the sophomore from Woodbury, Pennsylvania, a wide receiver, Joe Nastasi, has a moment to remember.
Very good blocking scheme that time. Very clever. No more snowballs. We're winning this game. He's going up there and really chew. He's going to really chew. I'm going to get you and spank you. Oh, they got his Italian up. Coach Joe, you know, he's coaching today in front of his new grandson who was in the stadium today. Here he is right here. You'll see the block right here of the guard. Harding's pulling and kicking out as these people block down and seal off. He'll pull. Here they come. Now here he comes and he kicks out. He leads up to the hole. There, what a hole. Woo! That's a canyon, not a hole. Big play. First time I've ever seen that one.
this one's all but over. And the blue band unable to march on the field because of the conditions. Hanging tough in the stands here today. And Conway booms one. Mercury.
Great kickoff coverage. Great special teams play.
John Saunders, what's ahead of it? Yeah, here's Greasy. Deep. Deflected. Oh, incomplete. Miller couldn't hold on.
Boy, that's a dangerous throw. And he's got to gamble right now to get one big play. But waiting that long to throw a post against a zone coverage, normally that ball will be intercepted. I've been impressed with Brian. I think he grew up a lot in this ball game. He was competing.
Wolverines down 10. 2nd and 10. Greasy, high, incomplete.
See, he's throwing against a stacked deck right now. They're just hanging back. That time they had 4 underneath guys playing zone and 3 deep. Boy, and that's tough, especially when you got a little rush coming on you. Especially when you're thinking about big play.
So on 3rd and 10, Killen's trying to get to Greasy, fires, it's complete, but it's short of the first down. Reamersmaw's hit by Jimmy Nelson. It's going to be 4th and 3, timeout Wolverines.
They've been running a number of these little underneath patterns, Brent. If they're going to go for it right now, you can expect a zone coverage. They'll give you that thing underneath. You'll get the first down, and maybe you get 4 or 5 more plays to get that touchdown.
That's the second game of our doubleheader here on ABC. Still coming up. 4th down and 3. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Joe Paterno and the Nittany Lions. Next play, Michigan State. Hoping to make it to the Outback Bowl, the old Hall of Fame Bowl in Tampa, Florida. Northwestern will have to try to protect that lead as Ohio State's beating Indiana. So you put up another W there for the Buckeyes. Now 4th down, and they're going to turn it over deep. They got the first down. It's Reamersmaw to the 26-yard line.
And you know what Penn State did defensively. Jerry Sandusky, the defensive coordinator, came at him with a blitz. He brought the house. So we weren't going to give you a first down. They got it anyway.
Michigan with 1 timeout remaining. Greasy to the right, deep. Hayes, midfield. Another first down for the Wolverines. Are they going to get it? No. Down at the 45. Clock stops quickly as they move the chains. On first down in college football, clock stops anyway.
That was a nice throw into the zone like that. Trying to get out of bounds. That's the trouble with catching the ball in the middle of the field against a prevent type defense. Tough to get out of bounds. You'd rather try to hit the seams and everything going toward the sideline.
Greasy away from pressure, fires, and incomplete. And that time it was Todd Richards, the young receiver. Or I should say the senior flanker who was getting some playing time.
And Jimmy Nelson, the linebacker, got the hit on it. You'll see it right here. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. He comes up and pow, both of them. And that also is Brad Scioli. He really took a shot. Oh, man. That one did not feel too good.
Now, how do you think Dad feels getting ready for USC-UCLA? And he's watching son take a pop like that. I wonder.
Well, he knows what it feels like, believe me.
Well, Greasy's 24 of 43 for 323 yards here today. Now on 2nd and 10. Oh, it's dropped again. And this time it was Howard out of the backfield. Boy, he's had some balls dropped on him, Coach.
Yes, he has. And I think sometimes on the little short pass like that he puts a little too much on the ball. But you should catch that football.
3rd down and 10. Michigan needs a quick strike and then the ball back on an onside kick. Penn State wants a stop, and then they'll go to work on running the clock out. The fake field goal gave the Nittany Lions daylight.
They're under man under right now.
No, he and Toomer miscommunicated. Toomer wound up with a post, and he was going back to the pylon. Greasy was, so they had a miscommunication on that read, and it has come down to 4th down.
Had the coverage to go to the post. If one-on-one with no free safety, everybody else playing man-to-man, that's what you'd like to throw the post at. Like you said, though, somebody was on the wrong page. What do you think that signal means? Rub the head.
Must have 10 yards for this baby's history. Incomplete. He threw it high. Richards open on the play, and Penn State now has a chance to run it out.
He might have been able to scramble for the flag and make the 1st down as a running quarterback here. He gets outside the pocket. He's flushed up inside. You see Brandon Noble, 93. There's a little room there, but you see the linebacker there, number 6, Aaron Collins, to come up to force him to run, to force him to throw. Run off the clock. They'll take all the time they can take.
On 1st down. Inside handoff, working away on the clock.
Right now, actually, Penn State now does not have to run another offensive play. Michigan's out of timeouts. There's a minute 20. You can just flop on now and win this football game. Don't have to take any chances at all. Very, very competitive football game. Few officials' mistakes, few passes dropped, some good running by a number of running backs. I don't know if you can give Tim Biakabatuka the ball enough times. You know, I think every time when the ball game's over, you think, you know, maybe I should have given him the ball more. Good offensive line right here.
1:20 left. It's 27-17. Penn State closing in on another victory for Joe Paterno. His team hopes to make it to the Outback Bowl in Tampa. Michigan's dreams of making it to Florida would seem to be over with this loss here today, but there's still the Alamo Bowl in San Antonio and the Sun Bowl in El Paso. And play is whistled down as the flags come flying.
Jeff Harding's moved the senior left guard in that situation.
False start. On the offense, 5 yards.
That's all right, Jeff Harding. You're allowed to move. Played the whole year and never gave up a sack. He's been an All-American. He's been an academic All-American. He's done it all here at Penn State, playing his last game. His family has got to be proud of him, and his family, there's enough of them. There's 10 kids in the family to be proud of him.
Pitts has had a huge game.
Actually, all they have to do is flop on. They don't have to run offensive plays. Michigan can't stop the clock. I wonder now if he's thinking he's got any offensive players that are seniors that have not played at all, that they can go in and make a snap or two, finish out their career. Talking to Fran Ganter, Lloyd Carr will do a great job of coaching at Michigan.
Final seconds. There's the man of the day for Penn State. Our genuine Chevrolet most valuable players in this game are Sharon Irons from the University of Michigan, Stephen Pitts from Penn State. And in celebrating its 25th year, Chevrolet donates $1,000 to each school's general scholarship fund to reward outstanding students for their academic achievements and to assist those in financial need. 27-17, 5 ticks of the clock left, and this baby's over. For Jack Arute and Dick Vermeil, I'm Brett Musburger saying so long from Happy Valley, where Penn State has beaten Michigan 27-17. Regional action is coming up next on ABC. So long, everybody.